Mm. Oh god, that is terrible. Mm. Yeah, I don't think I like today's drink selection. Oh man, guys, I went downstairs today. I made a bunch of videos. Namely, I got the new release from the Big Rubber Guys, Series 11. And in those videos, I keep calling it Series 13. And I wasn't sure if it was 13, if it was 14, yada yada. When those videos actually get posted, you'll see exactly what I mean. But here is the problem. I didn't want to film all 4 reviews in one video because it's gonna be like a 30 to 45-minute video. So it's like way too long. I'm like, forget that. I want to attract new viewers, and I want the viewers that actually subscribe to me, that actually watch my channel. I don't want to, take up 30, 45 minutes of their time, right? So I decided to break them down into each individual video. Each figure, one video. So videos usually have around 10, 12 minutes, which is a whole lot more manageable. Hey, what's going on, BBA?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm still trying to get shit created over here. I was just trying to get to you.
You're good, bud. I was just talking about some of the videos I made today, and it was a Big Rubber Guys Series 11. And instead of filming all 4 figures in one video, I decided to break it down 1 figure per video. So for the next 4 days, you're going to have about a 10, 12-minute video on Rick Martel and Missy Hyatt and the Brainbusters. But I also decided to stay downstairs and film a video regarding a specific question that I sent to Jason Nupp. And you know how every week he has his Q&A sessions, right? So I sent him a question the other day, a couple days ago, and I'm like, hey, can you answer this particular question? And I decided in the meantime, I was going to make my own video, kind of discuss it, because this is my point of view. What do other people think? And the question is, how do you define the overall quantity of the LJN Wrestling Superstars line? So, based on that particular video, when I went through and I counted everything, to me, they're now 74 figures. So, obviously, different paint variants. Blue shirt, or excuse me, white shirt versus blue shirt referee, white shirt versus red shirt Hulk Hogan, red shirt versus yellow shirt SD Jones. Are those 3 figures or are those 6 figures? What about other variants? Like, do you count Tito Santana purple in Series 3 and white in Series 5 to be 2 figures? Which I do. What about Corporal Kirchner and Jimmy Hart? There's 3 different variants for each of those figures. I count each of them as 3 figures. So that's an additional 6 pieces for just 2 characters, right? So I was just kind of curious, like what other people, how they define their quantity, how they break it down. So based on that information, hopefully that kind of makes sense to you.
It totally makes sense. Yeah, I would go through them one by one, but I got a strong opinion and all that. I don't have no LGNs down. I'm like a Hasbro guy now and all that, but I grew up the LGNs. They were the best thing ever. That's all I cared about when I was a kid. So I know about all this good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what I think with most of that is back then, because I lived through this stuff too. So I really think that back then, the Bobby Heenan, the Jimmy Hart, and then maybe I'm forgetting some, you know what I mean? But like those 2 right after that, those aren't, and the belly button Greg Valentine. Back then, that didn't even exist, a variant and all that. It was even a thought in our heads, you know?
Yeah.
And those are close enough to me. I would count those back then. Me and my friends would say they were. I'm trying to watch my mouth, but I'm not going to watch my mouth. I'm going to do what I do, right? Back when we were kids, we would call those paint fuck ups, and that's what they were to us. You know what I mean? Paint fuck ups. Now, as an adult with ones like that, it's just the factory that made them and shit. And same with the like Roddy Piper's boots and stuff. You know what I mean? And then, and you know what else too is I thought I was the cool kid back then because I loved wrestling and I loved all the gyms, and I got that way. I got them way before my friends did. So I had like the maroon boot, Roddy Piper, and everybody else had the red Roddy Piper. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'd be like, I felt like a G because it's like, yeah, I got the maroon Roddy Piper, I got the Afro Andre, like I'm the OG of this shit. Like, with my little friends growing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
FD Jones was just a paint fuck up too. Now as an adult, I would say you could call it a variant. You know what I mean? SD Jones, straight up variant. Tito Santana. Tito Santana came out as Tito Santana, and then he came out in the white trunks as Tito Santana Strike Force. So that's a straight up two different ones, And then I don't know what else. But yeah, all of them I feel strong about. The Elizabeth and the skirt.
Exactly.
When we were kids, that was just I don't know, we didn't think much of it. You mean? I guess that would be a variant.
They're variants, yes, but how would you count them if they were all situated on your shelf? You had all the figures, all the variants, all of the air, whatever. Would you still count them on your general breakdown? So let's take a look at like Series 1, for example. Let's see, once you get to Piper, that's like the 6th figure I have on my shelf, right? I'm on my loose figures. So I have the bright red and the darker red / brown boots. Are those considered figure 6 and 7, or are they still just figure 6? I consider it to be just one
You're
figure.
talking about Piper?
Yep.
So it has something to do with the numbers on the butt and all that. It's like what factory and what area it came out, and they just mixed the paint a little different.
No, it's not so much about the factory and the paint, all that. But just your general breakdown. Like, how do you classify your when you sit there and you count them on the shelf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 50, 70, etc. Like, do you count those figures twice when you're counting them? Because
No,
I feel
to
like
me it's the same Piper.
Yeah, I feel like it's not enough of a change to the figure. Same thing with Junkyard Dog. He has 3 different chains. Elizabeth has the exact same figure, but she has a gold and a purple skirt. So I look at Junkyard Dog, even though he has 3 variants, I look at that as one figure. I look at Roddy Piper as one figure. I look at Elizabeth as one figure. But, when you get to like Greg Valentine, belly button, no belly button, I look at that as one piece. B. Brian Blair, yellow trunks with the black lines. And then he has another variant where it's just straight up yellow trunks. That is enough of a change. I think I should count it as 2 pieces, but I only count that as 1. But Jimmy Hart, hearts everywhere, hearts on some places, and no hearts.
It's pretty different.
Well, I'm curious if you count Jimmy Hart 3 times or if you only count it 1 time.
What's your opinion? I'm gonna read some of these chats. How come somebody said, "What's your opinion on Weezer?" I think Weezer's pretty rad. How come they're talking about Weezer over here?
I have no idea. They're probably
Honest, who's gayer? That's a good one.
he's probably talking about Weezer.
We got the real juggler. Whoop, whoop. That's my little homie over there. I don't know about how little he is, but yeah, that's my.
Yeah, so whenever I do a live stream, I can't only invite subscribers only. It's open to everybody. And generally 99.9% of the time I let it open for the public anyways, but I've been noticing a lot of the last few weeks been getting a lot of spam messages, which really takes away from the regulars that tune in.
Well, that's fun.
Oh man, this terrible. This drink is terrible. Those tuning in this week, we are drinking spicy Blanco tequila mixed with strawberry Fanta, and the Fanta is not blocking out the taste at all. It is horrible.
Real juggler. I'm a pro wrestler. Is real life. I don't really know what he means about that, but I kind of know what he does and shit. I was gonna say something about that. I forgot though.
But you
know, it's real life to me too. Damn it, like that retarded, or not retarded, the crying wrestling guy.
Yeah.
When he says it's still real to me, damn it. Do you know what that is?
Which one?
The crying wrestling fan. Have you ever seen that guy? He was like on Tosh.0. and he's all talking to Terry Funk and probably Jim Cornette, and I don't know.
I
And
mean,
then
there's what do you call them? The blue was it not the Blue Bloods? Was that what the hell they're called? Blue Bloods, man. That guy, like I kind of felt like he was always like tearing up in the ring and whatnot, but that was just the expression on his face. But like as a kid, I used to watch that, and damn, what the hell's his name? Regal? God damn, Steven or not Steven Regal? Steve Regal was AWA.
hey, I don't know what
William
happened.
Regal.
I don't know. The screen did a bunch of weird stuff happened. Am I even on here right now?
Yeah, I got you.
Strange Dog Wrestling is here. Yeah, I don't know. My phone went crazy just now.
All right. Hey, what's up, God? I see Strange saying hello. Yeah, so the video I made today, I made the 4 Big Rubber Guy videos, and then I came back and I did like the showdown of the loose LJNs, and I kind of asked that question, and it pissed me off because I upload that thing at like 5:20, and I had it scheduled for 5:30. You got this blinking thing going on in the video. I'm like, wow, son of a. So I had to delete the video, re-upload it, set it for 5:45, blinking throughout the video. I had to delete it a second time. I came back a third time and uploaded it at 6 o'clock. Blinking. I'm like, son of a bitch. At that point, I'm like, you know what? It's probably not going to fix. So I'm just going to leave it as is. Hopefully the viewers can work around that. But I already got a couple quick comments saying, hey, man, this is annoying as shit. And I'm like, yeah, it is. But shoot, man, I don't know what to do. Like I've already uploaded the video 3 times and there was nothing wrong with the video itself when I filmed it, so I don't know what the whole blinking thing is all about. Oh, ugh.
Hey, real juggler, where the fuck do you wrestle? I wrestled before too, man. I wrestled Honky and Greg Valentine and then just a bunch of nobodies. Fucking but where have you wrestled at? Where can I see you wrestle, real juggler? I wrestled before the internet and all that, and so I had me on tape. I had me on tapes and shit. And you know, you don't fucking go and tape yourself and shit. But more than I'm sorry, Matt, dude. But let me talk to this guy real quick, right? This is what this where we're live and shit anyway, right?
Yeah, go for it.
I wrestled in front of crowds. I wrestled Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma. I wrestled for Tri-State Wrestling. But I don't have that shit no more. And besides the real matches that we got paid for and shit, that were like legit shows, me and my friends would wrestle in they knew this guy that had a junkyard, and there'd be punk rock bands, and we would do like the wrestling halftime show, and that wasn't for a company or nothing like that, but that was when I look back on it, that was just as fucking good as when going to Oklahoma and wrestling in front of a crowd and traveling and all that bullshit. I don't know. I'm sorry, man, but whatever. That's for a different day, I guess. But I want to know where real Juggalo, if I can see him where he's wrestled at. Because I don't even want to ask you, but I know you fucking, I don't know, you're picking up fucking Madman Pondo and you're fucking, you got some clothesline bullshitter. Or you do some stuff, I think. I don't know what the fuck you do. That's why I'm asking. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just high.
So Jogo was also asking about subscribers and shorts. So generally I didn't like making shorts. Like I've only started making shorts like probably towards the beginning of September. But Buddy Kirk's like, look, you start making shorts, people are more interested in the 3-minute videos than the 30-minute videos, right? So you're going to get a lot of more subscribers. So the 2025 subscriber count wise has been good to me. Like I've been averaging about 40 new subs per month, January through August. Some months I might have more, 60, 55, something like that. But then I started making shorts every day. And my subscriber count jumped from like 967 going into September 1st to like 1570 something now in like a month and a half. So it jumped about 600 plus subscribers. So making those short videos, helped me immensely. Problem is, yeah, it's building my subscriber count, but like it's not helping me get paid or anything. I got a video that has almost 20,000 views on it, and I'm earning no profit off of that, which sucks. It's like my only really truly successful video, 10,000 plus, and I mean that's why I kind of over the last couple months, my regular videos have pretty much abandoned those regular videos. You see almost daily shorts. Like there might be a couple days where I miss, but you're gonna see a short video every single day, and we're doing at least one live stream, per week. And sometimes these last few weeks, I've been jumping it up to 3 live streams a week. So
Hey, you're drinking tonight, right?
what's up? What's going on tonight?
You're drinking tonight, right?
Yeah, I got strawberry Fanta and Superbird Fuego Spicy Blanco Tequila. This stuff tastes terrible.
I'm sure it does. Hey, when all this started, you would just do it live on. I was thinking about this shit today. So when you first started, you would do it live every Saturday, and that was it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're doing more lives, but every live is involves drinking. So you picked up what you're drinking.
Shoot, I'm not passing
And
out on
you
live
didn't really
streaming,
drink
so-
before much at all, ain't it?
No.
Hey,
Really,
have you ever smoked weed before? I know you probably told me that a couple times at least.
maybe
Have you ever smoked weed?
offline, I'll answer that question.
Oh.
And I don't know what YouTube's gonna do. So, what's up?
There seems to be a shit.
There seems to be
In
a
that-
shit, or there is
in
a
that-
shit.
There is a shit in that room.
Which room?
This room?
If Cubby is that Cubby?
No.
Well, the kittens wouldn't come up here, so
Cubby's acting weird. We might have to take her in
yeah.
because she's running everywhere and she's growling and hissing, and I don't know what the fuck's wrong with her.
Well, I tried to open the door, let her out. She wouldn't leave. I had to pick her up and take her into that room. But the way that she was kind of like scratching the floor over here, I'm like, not in this room. I don't think so. Hey, Fox. Why the hell does everybody want to come in here now?
Because Daddy's in here, and we love Daddy.
Good job. I'm gonna keep the Fox in here though.
I'm gonna clean up that shit.
Love you.
Yeah.
Hey, Foxy, where you going? My wife drugs him up with like gabapentin, and when he walks, he doesn't walk barefoot. Now, kind of like walks on an angle. Probably arthritis, whatever's kicking in. So I feel bad for the poor guy. Ain't that right, Fox? You want to say hello to the people? Yeah, I know. Tell the people hi. Say, Mama got me groomed today, and now I'm all shaven. That's my little 20-year-old.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, this one I brought home, so this one's kind of mine. I mean, I know my wife will say different that, he's hers. He sleeps on her lap, and at nighttime he sleeps on her hips or her feet or whatever. But, I brought him home, so this is the first cat I had brought home to the house. So, you want to go out?
What do you got behind you? Magazines or what? On the wall?
It depends on what you're looking at.
All framed, all nice and shit, huh?
Yeah, the Royal Rumble for Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, WrestleMania, the arcade game for Sega Genesis, WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge for NES. They got a couple other posters, random wrestling
Are those
posters.
posters from the Nintendo games and shit or what?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty sweet. And you got them all framed up all nice. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so got other pictures up here. Got that big G.I. Joe poster, as well as the.
So the G.I. Joe's probably you can't see it because of the light reflection. Did you show that before on your channel or what?
I'm pretty sure I did.
No, the other one though. Go back to the other one with the tanks and shit. Is that straight up G.I. Joe? No largest G.I. Joe or what?
Yeah, that's that was taken from the Real American G.I. Joe comic magazine. So I think this one right here. Trying to make sure I get you in the right one.
And
I
you
think this
probably
is
made
my
a video on that fucking big tank one. You made a video about that, huh?
yeah, and here's like another one. So I think it's
Hey, the fridge, that's pretty awesome right there.
yeah, so that's the back of the poster. I just kept that one because I just like the graphics on it. And I remember him being part of the WrestleMania 2 Battle Royal. So
Yeah, and he don't get enough respect as a GI Joe. People don't like him, but he was the middleweight GI Joe, and he was fucking awesome. I thought.
yeah. I'm not like a big G.I. Joe guy or anything, but I mean I wanted that poster because of the Sergeant Slaughter mail away
Uh-huh.
advertisement. And so I bought a lot of 4 magazines, spring, summer, fall, and winter 1987. And that was the spring. And then the winter, I think, was Refrigerator Perry. And I think the fall was Sergeant Slaughter. So I'm like, these are too cool. I gotta put these on in a picture frame and hang these up. So
They're super cool, and especially all framed up. It's pretty fucking nice.
so what's your watch time hours? I used to cheat and I used to like run my videos nonstop when I first started the channel. So I got my 4,000 hours of necessary watch time done in like a couple months. But I mean, I don't know, over the last 3.5, almost, I say more than 3.5 years, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. I don't know. It's a high number. So, and it's kind of, and I talked about this before. It's messed up because back in the day when I had like 50 subscribers, each of my videos would get like 200 views in a day. Maybe 100 views here, 150 in a day, something like that, right? But I would get the requirement I wanted, which was at least a minimum of 100 views. Jump up
I
to
was
500 subs, jumped up to 1,000 subs, 1,500 subs. Now my videos average less than 100 views. I'm like, what the hell?
even I'm gonna fuck mess these names up. Email Castlewall. Is that Delirious from Ring of Honor? I wish I was Delirious. Um, Delirious from Ring of Honor and just Delirious. I've been watching this. I used to watch this stuff, but wrestling fans should look up Delirious matches. Look up Delirious. I don't know. I watched Delirious fight CM Punk the other night. That was totally awesome. Delirious and El Generico. Look that one up. That's so great. Delirious is great. All that pro wrestling gorilla stuff used to be great, and that's some good wrestling. The Human Tornado. This guy got me all excited because I just got done watching Delirious like the last few nights.
That's awesome.
And we got the Walnut Witch up in this biatch. She's awesome.
I also want to say hello to Teresa Opal, and she was asking about the word fox. Yeah.
Hey, Walnut Witch, since she's here right now,
Yeah.
she could fucking make action figures if she believed it.
Man, I have to find somebody that can actually mass produce, create the rubber, design the figures because
She don't want to do it, but
yeah,
the Walnut Witch already does stuff like that. And if she just watched a few videos, I know she already watched the crafts, man. If she just watched a few videos and she had some equipment, she could totally do what XOX is doing.
Well, the one guy I wanted to kind of work out my figures for me, I'd pay him and he'd create them, create the rubber and all that. But like, there's an item I bought from him like 2 months ago, August 31st. Now a lot of his stuff is made to order, so you bid on the custom figure and he'll paint it up and have it shipped out in like a week or two later. But we're going on 2 full months and nothing. I contacted eBay and I thought it was like 60 or 90 days money back guarantee. They tell me 30 days. I'm like, wait, what? Which means at 30 days, I am way past my money back guarantee part.
For what?
So, for money back guarantee, because I bought this G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter figure, right? The LJN Hasbro style G.I. Joe one. So, and it's based on like his Cobra gear, white shirt, blue pants. And so I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, if I don't have this by the 31st, I'm going to have to cancel. But when I spoke to the representative, she's like, no, you only got 30 days. Now she could go ahead, put in a special request to get your money back. But I'm like, yeah, let's do that because I don't want to get screwed over. And he responds to me, and he says to me, it's in eBay's hands now. Technically, he is supposed to refund me, but he's not going to do that. I know why he's not going to do that. Because if he doesn't respond within 3 days, I call eBay, hey, I didn't get a refund for a product I never received. And then eBay is going to refund me, which means he's going to keep the product and the money. And I'm like, dude, if that's the kind of shoddy work that you're going to do, if that's the business practice you're going to be participating in, you have eliminated yourself from me doing business with you, not only for eBay purchases, but for the whole Maniac Riot Wrestling, because he was one of those options I thought I could go through to create rubber figures. But at this point, no, it's over with. Our favorite folks from Etsy, I have not heard back in months. And the one time I responded, again, same thing. I'll get back to you. So that's not an option. At this point, I'm either going to give up or I don't know.
Hey,
I don't even know if I'm interested in making this line anymore. That's how all of these folks have made my head spin around. So I'm like, you know what? This is getting frustrating. This should not be that difficult of a process.
No, hey, well, real quick though, I want to say, what's up, Gigi Stalin? Fucking Gigi Stalin, Walnut Witch, and Rick. I can't pronounce all this shit.
Hey,
yeah,
Walnut,
he's making nervous when you guys came around, but I don't like very many people, and I like you guys. And fuck, I should probably go on a live stream one time so I can talk to you guys. And this is all the side shit. I just want to get back to my D-Day little stop motion and not even do the videos I do and shit. But maybe one day I will talk to you guys about real stuff or something like that.
So Charlie was asking about what were our first figures when we were kids. I don't know if you have any idea, but like me personally, I really don't. I know Hasbro had to be my first wrestling line. That's not even that's a definite. That's a given, right? I'd have to say something from Series 1. Brutus Beefcake, Big Boss Man, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Who else was in Series? Jake Roberts, right? So I would have to say one of those figures were the first. More than likely, I'd probably, if I had a gun to the head, I'd probably say Hogan and Warrior from Hasbro Series 1 were our first wrestling figures because they were the two biggest stars, right? So it makes the most sense. Now, they're not the figures I had the most fond memories of. Sid Vicious Galoob, Bret Hart, and Undertaker from Series 4 Hasbro. Those are figures that I had a lot of fun with when I was a kid and things I could actually remember playing with a lot. Like, those were my most used figures. So it doesn't really answer your question, but at least it gets you in the ballpark. At least hopefully it does.
I'd say I'm old, but I'm really not that old and shit. I'm 49, but I grew up on this shit. I was watching wrestling before Hulkamania days and all that. When I was watching wrestling, Superfly was like the face, and then Hulkamania took over and all that. But I was there for all that. So my first LGNs were before LGNs, I just had He-Man and shit. But the LGN came along and that was like took over everything, you know. But I just had Hogan and Big John Studd for like ever before the other ones like were around in stores, you know. And so Hogan and John Studd just had battle after battle for a couple months before the other ones like hit the stores.
I like when like someone like Jason, when he talks about his first acquisition, he always mentions like Andre and Hogan. And the funny thing, when he says like, oh, I couldn't wrestle these because they were two good guys. You couldn't make the good guys wrestle. I'm like, BS. I'd sit there, I'd wrestle the hell out of those son of a guns because they are two just perfect playable figures from Series 1 LJN. And
Yeah, absolutely, man. But back then, wrestling was fucking real, and I can totally understand you can't have two guys fight. I mean, you can, but you're fucking kind of sad because that's all you got. We got Jay Diorama up in this bitch, and we got I call him Bum all the time. Should I call him Dwayne? I just call him Bum. But
Hey,
he
what's
came out with
happening?
some cool ass videos, man. Right before this started, I saw his Jack Tunney stuff, and the polar bear rug was so awesome.
So, Matt guy, is he talking about me?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I can't remember what it said. Oh, did you break up with that Matt guy? I don't know what that meant.
I'm so glad you dumped that Matt guy. That's funny. It was about drama. Dwayne, what's happening, buddy? Yeah, I'm trying my best to try to keep up with the messages as well. And so, Eman, around 1997, WCW had some big, hard, ugly action figures. Scott Hall's figure was specifically bad. The Talking Goldberg's plush was cool. So, I know like around 1994-ish, David Galoob, obviously his Galoob line disbanded, right? A couple years prior. And he stuck with WCW, kind of made the exact same WCW style figures with his original San Francisco line. Now, original San Francisco Toymakers, yes, they had the same style, play pose, etc., and they had the same repeated characters over and over and over and over again. 2-packs, single packs, every color scheme imaginable for both. It was annoying. Still one of my favorite, but it's like 7-inch figures, so they try to mimic LJN, but you can't put the two together because it's too small of a figure in comparison. Then Series 1, 2, and 3, fantastic. Series 4, they moved to those heels and faces. And then they run when they moved to Series 5 with the vibrating figures. I'm like, that's just stupid as hell. And then later on, anything after like Series 5, I don't count. Because then they cut it down to like those little 4-inch, kind of like G.I. Joe type figures. And I'm like, man, this is stupid. I don't want this junk. I mean, not G.I. Joe, but the more articulated figures. And I'm like, no, I was good with the 7-inch LJN style figures. But once you got to like the vibrating figures, which I still got because they were relatively the same size, anything smaller than that, I'm done with. So I think that's pretty much what you're talking about in regards to the WCW figures. I mean, no. Original San Francisco wasn't the only one. They changed their name later on. So once they moved to 4-inch figures, they became damn, do you remember what the hell they were called? That smaller company with the
No.
4-inch figures?
With the what?
I want to say Toy Biz. Is that what I think?
Oh yeah, it probably was Toy Biz.
I think I don't know if they became Toy Biz or if Toy Biz bought the company. I don't know what happened with that, but the name of the figures changed too. So it wasn't original San Francisco for a large portion. Then it became Toy Biz.
Probably, all the action figures all around were like bad at that time. WWF and WCW, so I was just kind of like out of the game for that little era.
He just likes being called Bum. I'm just reading Dwayne's comment
I
about
saw that little bump fetish.
That's too darn funny. Can you make me into an LJN? For $150, I can. Not personally, of course, but I know a guy who knows a guy. No. So, I mean, some of the customizers I would go through to actually create these figures. I mean, one guy, I wanted him to be part of my company. Like, I wanted his name on the file. Like, hey, this is his company as much as mine. And Bone Breaking Action is another one. We should have all been collaborating together. He would have had his own wrestling figure that he would have designed. I would have paid for all that, schematics and everything. And we could have created a legitimate, big rubber guys / Latuni type LJN style figure. But I went back, and the more and more I talked about the figures, the more and more I realized just how much I got screwed over on that deal. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't even recommend as a customizer anymore. That's how frustrated I got with that whole transaction.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we should get into all that. Yeah, but that was just some dirty shit at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm like, Print Fury, maybe he could do it. Maybe Kevin could do a little bit better of a job. But it sucks when you've already paid for all these figures and you're having to pay twice as much because you're getting all of the figures remade because the original wasn't my vision. The paint applications were completely off. The fighting pose was completely wrong. I didn't get the rubber figures I paid for. the card backs are nothing than 2 pieces of paper slapped together. I'm like, there was just so much wrong with that transaction, and I tried my best to be as positive on it as possible. And the first couple times I talked about it, absolutely very positive. But the more and more as the weeks went by, and every time I held them, I'm like, nah, man, this was a failure. So yes, I went to customizer number 2 to see if not only he can improve the overall design, so that they're not looking like customs, so they're actually looking like real people, right? Like it's supposed to. So that it looks more like the original LJN run. That's what I want. I want it to look in scale like it just came out of the 1980s. And so I'm hoping that the customizer, the new one that I'm going through, can make those modifications. And I'm hoping he can give me the fighting poses on the figures that I actually want, so that it actually meets my vision. Now, it's still resin figures. He doesn't do rubber. So I'm still going to have to pay somebody to create the rubber figures for me. Now, who do I go through? I thought Random Treasures was an amazing partner, since Kevin designs all of her figures, and that doesn't seem like an option. It's disappointing because I wanted to go with her. I still feel like either Sean from KWK or maybe Ahmad from Latuni, maybe if they can assist me by helping me get in contact with their people at their factories, that might be an option. But like I said, at $100 a figure, to me, that's already pricey. I know they will sell some of them, but you're not going to sell mass quantities overnight. And if I have to pay a sort of finder's fee, that's going to cut into profit, and I don't want to do that either. So what's going to happen? Maybe I charge $125. It's still better than a custom figure with no packaging, no poster. But are people going to pay $125 knowing that Mattel Superstars are out there with $25 packages?
Look, I don't know. I read it all, and I know what it said. But like Walnut Witch said, she looked up some bullshit about all this, and but I've looked at it all kinds too. And like, yeah, you want the rubber LGNs, but if you settled for like some vinyl and different figures, you could do something else. But yeah, I know it's all about the LGN. But even the LGN, I don't know, you could do it.
I looked at molding supplies. It's crazy expensive to get started. I wish I could help you out maybe in a few years.
That's what I was just talking about. I got a smart friend at work, and fucking, he's like a jack of all trades, and he's got artistic skills and shit. And I like how I did them little sledge videos, my little sea monkey bullshit and Sledge Labs. And I made those little pretend toys and shit. Like, if I had fucking just say $6,000, I could fucking buy equipment and have my friend from work show me how to do that shit in my fucking kitchen and start a factory.
Yeah, I still think that Alibaba, because I did that by myself. I went through that company myself. I didn't have anybody refer me or anything like that, and I don't have to pay a middleman. So I think that is the best course of action. I'm trying to save my buyers as much money as humanly possible, but it sucks that it's just, I feel like every time I submit some kind of information, like I'm doing all the grunt work, why are you guys not chipping in? Like, why are you not like helping with the design? Like, I've given you the 3D prints, I've given you the figures, and they're having like such a big hassle. Oh, Alibaba?
Yeah, I don't know what read some of that stuff that the Walnut Witch wrote, and all this Walnut Witch shit that I brought up. I was just throwing the idea out there. It was like nothing serious and shit. I just know is what you gotta do is you gotta make the goddamn fucking little clay model or whatever the fuck. Or Waddy already has the resin. So you would take that resin action figure, you'd make some kind of silicone mold, and then you might have to make a mold to make a mold, and then you pour some of the right rubber in that, and then you gotta cook or whatever. That's where Walnut Witch comes, because she knows about how you gotta cook bubbles out of the stuff and do some little stuff that I have no clue about. And then you make your molds and shit. And then you got to paint that shit though, which is a thing. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
why you could just get some pattern or whatever how they do, and that's more money into the pattern, and you just airbrush the shit on there. You need to go to a Home Depot. First, you got to order some of these cooking machines or whatever the fuck on Amazon, and then you drive down to Home Depot and get about 5 Mexicans and put them in the garage and make these figures.
Oh god. Says I'll start looking for busted up cheap action figures and practice making some molds. Oh, I don't know about LJ and silicone though. My recommendation, when it comes to wrestling action figure, especially the LJN line, there's probably like 5 or 6 figures that I always recommend. Hulk Hogan, obviously, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Kamala. They have very similar fighting poses, but that's something any one of those 3 figures will do. Greg Valentine, because he's got that unique, hand up fighting pose, which is always incredible. Someone like Jim Duggan and Outback Jack, the way that their pose is, that works just fine. Or Jim Neidhart, same type of deal with that fighting pose. You could probably throw someone like a Big Boss Man in there because of the nice big bulk of that figure. King Kong Bundy, only again because of the bulk of the figure, that would be a great one to have. But the pose on it is terrible, right? So, but those are pieces that I would always kind of recommend. As far as like creating like your own packaging, your own bubble, that's why a lot of people create like the Ken Patera, arms up pose, is because it lays much more flat on the card. So when you build the plastic around it, the bubble, it fits beautifully.
Like
But
wrestling with bums said, what about a glue style? But you could do vinyl and like that size, and you could even have the arms fucking move up and down.
you need some Japanese craftsmen to work with. That'll be a good thing to learn regardless. Yep. What about a Galoob style? So I thought about Galoob because there aren't many companies out there making Galoob. I think what was it?
Cheaper?
Not TRT. Who's the other one? Was it Tightrope Collectibles? So I think Tightrope Collectibles are like the only ones that are actually making Galoob style figures right now. So that was an option, but
Talking to you about when all this MRW was going down and it was getting all exciting and stuff like that, then I just started thinking about action figures because I looked up stuff for you and stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you got to do something else and make money off that, and then put it on the big drain.
Well, here's the deal with the Galoobs. Like, think about Ron Simmons, a figure I had when I was a kid. I absolutely despised that. A couple years ago, Ram Treasures Net created the LJN Galoob 2-up of Ron Simmons, right? And I looked at that figure. I mean, still a horrible figure, no doubt about it. But you hold the 4-inch hard plastic, hard rubber Galoob in your hand compared to this rubber Ron Simmons Galoob style. I didn't mind the Ron Simmons as a rubber movable Galoob as a LJN figure. So there is a huge bonus to having a rubber figure, a huge bonus to having it upscaled so it's a lot larger with a lot more intricate details that you can actually see. And 3, I think there's a whole lot more of a fan base for LJN than there are for Galoob. That's why LJN's a good market. That's why I think why so many people get into the Hasbro market.
Well, LJN is special to a bunch of people.
Yeah. So,
and it's making a comeback now. Like when the real LJN announced that they were coming with Logan Paul and Hulk Hogan or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they should be by Halloween.
But I think that's if you had yours out, I think that would help your stuff because it's just making them popular,
What for the
whole LJN and LJN like yeah.
I'm just still so goddamn mad about how these turned out. That's why I got to keep looking at it from a positive perspective. Be like, hey, it's your first batch, and these aren't what's going out. These are just your first what do you call them? Prototypes.
There's probably always snags in the road, but fucking it's all bullshit and it's supposed to go down. And it was all legit. Fucking glow in the dark rubber fucking bone breaker. What the fuck happened? Some bitch.
Diorama Strange. I'll buy any kind of figure of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. I kind of feel the same. Yep. Top Rope Collectibles. Thanks, buddy. Is Gloob like what they made those old Gumby toys out of? It bends, but will bend back. No. Those are Just Toys. Just Toys. You know, like they're like super bendable figures. That's the Just Toys. They're actually called Bendums or Bendables. So Just Toys, they make like Marvel characters back in the 90s. They made WCW figures in that rubber form. In 1995, they replaced Hasbro with the 4.5-inch bendy figures. So it feels like any company that comes out has their stuff with like a little miniature bendies line, and I'm like, no, man, we don't want that. So, but that was Just Toys. What you're referring to? Definitely a good point.
What does Steve Kruger mean by camera reversed? I'm not sure. When I watch this shit on my TV, it looks upright. I don't know what that means or what he's saying.
Yeah, so Corey says our view of you two is reverse on camera. Every live stream has been camera reversed. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Like when I go back and I watch the live stream on the big TV afterwards, whether the same night, the next day, whatever, same thing. Like I will hold up my left hand and
oh yeah.
And I
noticed that.
So I'll have my left hand up, but it'll show me holding up my right hand.
I don't know. StreamYard is probably better than this YouTube shit. It probably has something to do with the YouTube shit. Hey, look, I thought somebody else would be here too. I can't remember. Everyone's talking about Jim Cornette in the comments all the time and how they buy Jim Cornette stuff. I got his good thank you, fuck you, buy one.
He's like, all words behind you are backwards. I'm like, now that I'm looking at your shirt, it does look backward.
It's Satan took over. He needs to leave. It's the spirits and all the alcohol you're drinking over there.
All right. So I'm trying to wait for some of the usual suspects to roll in because this was originally I was originally planning on getting like a top 10 countdown of LJNs, kind of keep these countdowns going with each video. But the people that said they wanted me to do the countdown on live stream, I've noticed that there hasn't been a lot of interaction with those countdowns. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna redo all of them and do them in actual video form. But there is one countdown that we can do today. I have them all right here. Now, question is, do I dare eat each one of these bad boys? And I think at that point, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, what?
You did say that.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
You did say
That's
you were
funny,
going
yeah.
out
I know what the fuck you're talking about.
And I'm like, you know what? He's getting zebra cakes. It's been a topic of discussion for like 6 damn weeks straight. I finally picked up some damn zebra cakes, but they're not the only Little Debbie's I picked up today. Got a grocery delivery and got an absolute ton of Little Debbie cakes. I thought the darn, what do you call them? The little spongy one, Twinkies. I thought those were Little Debbie's too, but I thought they might be Hostess, and sure enough, they were Hostess, so I couldn't add that to this list. Maybe we'll do a Hostess review one day.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, man. Vince McMahon, #1. Don't forget to make a Medusa in the red, white, and blue gear. Anvil Breaker. You know, I could see that fighting pose for one of your future releases. You know, just arm up like so, right? The other arm straight out. I mean, it's a perfectly fine figure. Like I think Jim Neidhart, LJN is a top 10 figure. 3.5+ years ago, when towards the beginning of my channel's creation, I did a top 10 countdown, and I had Jim Neidhart number 8. I don't think he'd still be number 8 today. I think he'd be pushed down, but it would be like number 9, number 10. So he would still be in there, but he wouldn't be in the same slot. And I kind of felt like the same way with my top 10 favorite figures. I would probably still have all 10 of them on there the same way. They are the same figures on the top 10. I just wouldn't have them in the same order. So I think if I redid that video, I think it would be interesting. I'm gonna read through a couple of these questions, and then I'm gonna get over to the little the little cakes. And Waddy Hart. Don't forget about the puppy. Oh yeah, we need a puppy. Oh no, it's a cat. That's a cat for me for an accessory. And y'all buy zebra cakes, blasphemy. Even during Christmas, for example, when you got like the Debbie's Christmas cake with like the green sprinkles and stuff, right? Or during Valentine's Day when they turn them into like little hearts. I don't know, man. Like it's not the same to me. It doesn't have the same appeal, the same love and affection, same taste that a zebra cake does.
I don't think it has the same taste. I think the Christmas ones suck, and the hearts, they're all right. I can deal with them. Fucking I don't know if you were saying that just now because she's talking about those pumpkin ones, but I haven't had those pumpkin ones in so long, and they're kind of good. I don't like pumpkin shit, but I can tear up those pumpkin ones.
So Corey is asking about the J&B Scotch. I have not been back to the liquor barn in about 2 months. The last time we went there, I mean, we got enough bottles to last us 6 months plus. So, I mean, the way I drink, probably not, because I stay on these live streams for like 5 hours, and I probably could go through a half a bottle, if not more. And given the fact that I'm doing 3 live streams a week, that 6 months could potentially turn into like 2 months, but we will see what happens. But I haven't had any need to go back to get more alcohol because I am fully stocked, and drinking half a bottle every time I do a live stream 3 times a week. Shoot, I still probably have close to a year worth of, probably not that much, but I have a lot. My freaking nose is full and it's bothering me.
Mike Jones says, beautiful trans woman.
All right. I'm going to add some of this to this tequila. All right. Better the person did not be. Your channel is so much awesome. Better the person did not be name. I'm trying to. Which person are we talking about?
I don't know. I was reading that bullshit. I got the twax, but just to bring corruption to your channel, I'm gonna break out the Dabamania.
Heck yeah, go for it.
We'll do some Dabamania and get hyper for some little Debbies.
Hold on, man. Before you do that, I got to kind of show off for the beautiful person in the comments.
That'll be the next variant. Series 5.
Hey, man, in this freaking society today, something like that would freaking sell out just because it is.
Yeah, man. Around MRW takes off, and around number 6, I want to be black and have a little poodle or something.
Look, we're not Disney and Netflix around here. We don't swap. We keep it genuine.
Look, I got the normal white kind, and then I got the black fancy kind. I'm breaking out the black fancy kind for the channel. For the live, we're doing the black fancy stuff.
And for those of you who absolutely love Netflix, thinks that Netflix can do no wrong, I just want to say, you're wrong. Nah, man, like my wife, she buys all these streaming services, right? And dude, We have every single one of these movies on freaking DVD. Go pull it off the damn shelf. So it's infuriating. You get on Netflix. I'm like, man, scroll. Netflix ain't got shit. And then they do all this stupid, I don't know, man, PC stuff that like irritates every fan. It even irritates the fans that they're trying to accommodate. I'm like, fans, the fans that they're trying to come to, like, no, man, we don't want this. So I
It's
hate
all psyop.
like the CW kept doing that crap. I'm like, stop it. You're making now you're not making it more open to the public. You're making it forced. That's what it is. It's forced. And you're not bringing in a new crowd that way. You're further pushing a newer crowd away. And I don't think a lot of these companies understand that. But that is a topic for another discussion. I mean, could we talk about it on this live stream? Maybe, but
Yeah,
I'm not going to keep
I'll
coming, you know?
do that shit on my channel, and I'll destroy my whole channel talking about how there's lizard people everywhere.
Hey, man, if you ever watch the show V, I mean, that one
That was
right
awesome.
there, I only saw the remake. I didn't see the original. Like, I think the remake came out like 09, if I'm not mistaken. Now, that one was
I
really
get all
good.
confused, man. So I'm not even that old, but I'm gonna say again, like I'm old. When I was a kid, that was like there's like the TV series, and then there's like the TV movie or something. And then when I looked that stuff up, it's like not as cool as it was, or like I don't know, man. But it was good stuff when I was a kid. I'd like to have some of those V action figures. That'd be the shit.
Yeah. So, Corey wants to know if we're going to get Smash Ventura or Jason on live stream. I don't know Smash directly, so I really can't reach out to him. I think he used to be subscribed, maybe unsubscribed. I don't know. I think I'm still subscribed to him on my Waddy's channel account. But as far as Jason goes, I've reached out to him. Hey man, like when are you gonna be on my live stream? Kind of like presenting it like a joke in a friendly, friendly tone, right? He never responded to that message, so I really don't think he has much of an interest. Like, if someone reached out to me, hey man, I want to be on your show with you. Awesome. Like I enjoy
Yeah,
having
to me on here.
and whatnot.
You need to get the 2D.
Yeah, I think Ahmad will. I think if I asked him, I think he would participate for at least 45 minutes. But I gotta make sure that I have like all the questions in the world available before I invite him onto the stream, because I want to make sure it's a fun stream. Good communication, good information for the viewers, right? So
get him, get fucking Rush. You can get all those people, and then you have like a real podcast.
yeah.
But
yeah, if I get someone like Jason on, I mean, it would just be like you and me talking. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't ask about his personal life because I kind of feel like that's getting too deep. But he's one of those guys that he shares his personal life, so I don't think it would be much of a problem. Like the one question I'd want to ask him is very touchy. And because early years I used to, watch, like his wife used to come on and appear in a lot of his videos, and then all of a sudden she just stopped appearing, and I always wonder like what happened with that. And like he always refers to his wife as the children's mother, and I always found it fascinating. Like, why do you do that? Why don't you ever just call her your wife or address her by her name? Like if her name's Catherine, call her Kathy or whatever, right? I don't know. Like it didn't occur to me until a long time when he finally said on his stream that he's having problems. I'm like,
well, there's
like,
just all the toy stuff to talk about.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to ask if that was the reason why, but like I said, it's a touchy subject, right? You don't want to like, get on someone's bad side because you want to bring up that type of information. So, but I mean, damn, we could have. It's about 1980s nostalgia. For me, more 1990s than 80s, but it's about memories and stuff, and it's just another fun conversation. I think you don't have to dig into the touchy stuff. If it comes up organically, that's a completely different point of view. But
have me and him come up here and we'll talk about the scamdemic. And that was a joke, Jason, if you're listening.
Thanks, man.
Not a funny joke, huh?
Now, man, Bum was talking about the Wadi variants. I'm telling you, man, if I could shrink this to like, I don't know, 5.5 inches, make it Remco style, have like a little cloth army uniform, like the Raiders, right? The Gagne Raiders, and put those on a dollar store shelf or Walmart toy shelves, Target toy stores, whatever. Put them like a $5.99 price tag, whether it's one figure or two figures. Even just one, I think those would sell pretty good because parents, they're buying it for small kids, let's say ages 4, 5, 6, and who doesn't love and support U.S. military, right? So those would always be fun because you always want to play soldier, play GI Joe, etc. Those would sell. Slap on different uniforms, different uniform colors. Heck yeah, you got yourself a nice little lineup right there. But the reason I didn't want to put my soldier out first because even though it's my line that I was thinking about, I don't think it's that sellable. Let's see. Ina says, "Did you have the WF Nation Domination group get someone sent mine to the Goodwill?" I think. I have that. I don't think so. I think I have the Rock Domination as like an individual figure, but I don't think I have a 3-pack of it. To my knowledge. All right, you do, but remember, Eric. Remember watching AV on Sundays? Yeah, you probably watched the original series. The one I remember is what the hell is her name? Damn it, the girl from Firefly, or what's the last superhero movie? Damn it, why can't I ever remember these damn names? But the girl from Firefly is that played like the main, like the queen alien in V. I forget her damn name, and it's gonna pop up. Like I'm gonna watch this tomorrow, and I'm gonna sit on a couch watching it, drinking my coffee, be like, her name is this. You're an idiot. So I was kind of like, dude, like how brain dead are you when you drink? But it's not drinking related. My memory problems are due to years of, I don't know. I don't want to say neglect because what am I neglecting? I just have years of memory loss, and each year it gets worse and worse. So like the most basic stuff, I can't remember, which sucks. I'm gonna try to get through the comments, bud, and then I want to hit up these boxes.
There's some hype. There's Giver Gang.
Sean
I'm
from
gonna die.
or Sean from KWK, that'd be awesome.
You could do all that. You get one, you get Latunia, and then someone else want to do it. It's good for them. It's good for you. Why wouldn't they want to do it? They should want to do it. You got enough people that watch, and you have so much more people watching, and they can get on there and talk about their products and stuff.
Hell
It's
yeah!
a good little thing.
So we got Eros on. We've got Bum Shadows. I think all we're missing is Fly the O, but I went out, like I said, my wife, she went and bought me all these darn cakes that I asked for because I wanted to do a countdown for this video. So I think I am going to start off with the countdown. You good with that, or you got anything else?
Yeah. No.
All right, so these are just Little Debbie's, and I think I'm okay with the setup. So I've got 2, 4, 6. So I got 8. I got 8 desserts here. And coming in at number 8 is the Little Debbie Star Crunch. Now, I haven't had one of these before.
Hey, one of my homies on here, one of my YouTube friends, Gabriel, he calls them Chinese chocolate stars. I think that's funny. We have a little joke on his channel. We call them chocolate Chinese stars.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not flashy. I'm not spitting out gross out of my mind, but like, it's nothing that I would sit back and buy again. I don't think. Yeah, and that's an easy number 8 for me. Before, it was only because, hey, I never had these before, and they're Little Debbie's, so they're going to go on. But I think most definitely they deserve to be number 8.
I would put those things number 3 on my list.
Those are number 3 for you?
Yeah, from just going on my head.
I mean, it's like a chocolate Rice Krispie treats. That's what the texture feels like. So it just doesn't do it for me. Number 7. Number 7, I went with the oatmeal cream pies. Don't really care about oatmeal cookies worth a damn, but that little cream filling makes all the difference in the world. So I'm not going to eat this because I already know what this tastes like. This guy down here is like, dude, I'll pay you $5 to each one of those. I'm like, nah. Let me read some of these here. How about Collectors Entertainment Network? I have reached out to him before. Damn, what the hell is his name? Anthony. I have. I think I've told this story about Anthony in the past. So last year before, I used to be big in watching his magazine reviews every Sunday. And one day I reached out to him. I'm like, hey man, because of you, thank you so much. Because of you, you've inspired me to get into magazine collecting. I had no interest in collecting magazines, but you know what? Going through his reviews, it sounded like he had a lot of fun, a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia, and it plays a role into determining a lot of stuff that you collect, right? 99% of the stuff I collected is probably because of the nostalgia of other people. And now it's like some of the things I love most in the world. So, yeah, I wanted to thank him for inspiring me to go out and collect magazines. And the magazines over these last couple of years have been an absolutely huge a collection for me. Now, I don't have every single magazine from every single year, but very well close, considering that I'm not going full out on them. And his response, I will never get over. I forgot the exact verbatim response, but it was something like, I don't make these videos to build other people's collections. And I'm like, oh, really? Is that how you feel? And it's kind of funny because later on, Jason did the same thing. He wanted to reach out and thank him for inspiring him to collect. And I'm kind of jealous, god damn it, because he did not get the same response I got. Like he actually reached out to Jason and like actually persuaded him to move forward and keep going with the collections. I'm like, I know what it is though. You have me. I mean, at that time, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I had what, maybe 50 subscribers, 100, 250, something like that. I was a small channel. Why did he care what I did, right? But if you got this big collector, this big wrestling channel over here, and what's he gonna do? He's gonna call out his subscribers to subscribe to your channel, and that is helping him out immensely. So I kind of feel like he spurned me because I couldn't do anything to help him out, and he is all for supporting this other guy because he had a larger community, and it was going to benefit him in the end. So I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I like to think that sometimes I'm an idiot, but
Yeah.
I also think that sometimes I'm a pretty smart guy, and that's exactly there's no other way to look at it but that way. So.
Homebreaker says that's gay and fuck that guy. And it is. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I stopped watching his channel a long time ago. It had nothing to do with that interaction. Like I still watched his channel for a bunch of weeks after that. I think what kind of turned me off in the end, like Jammers Wrestling Magazines, he does a lot of magazine reviews. I mean, he's pretty much got every magazine that's ever been printed, and I enjoy every single episode because yes, he does mostly magazine reviews, but he does add in other content from time to time, whether it's room tours or if it's hey, I got this item from the post office and it's destroyed. What the f? I love watching his channel because he adds more content than just magazine reviews. That was the thing about Anthony is eventually you wanted to see more than one video a week where it's just showing the magazine. What else do you have to offer? And there were no discussion videos. There were no topics of, LGNs or Hasbro or anything like that. It was just like basic discussion, like, hey, for this Valentine's Day, my family's going to do this, like, something, right? Literally any other topic. So I don't want to say it got boring, but it just wasn't enough to spruce up my interest. I'm subscribed to like 10 million people. So I got to make sure that if I'm subscribed to someone that I have continuous videos of interest. Someone like JP's World of Wrestling. He doesn't put out the most videos in the world, but I enjoy what he has to say. So I subscribe to him and I watch all of his videos. And sometimes his videos might only be 2 minutes long. And this one might be 5 minutes, 8 minutes. But again, he's mixing things up. He doesn't have the biggest collection in the world, but he's like Jason. And well, they're both Jasons. But this Jason, JP's World of Wrestling, he may not have the most extensive collection, but he has a lot of that nostalgia, and he tells a lot of stories like like Jason Nupp does. So that's another reason I tuned into him from the very beginning. But yeah, so that's how I feel about it. If it's something where I'm gonna watch continuous content, yeah, I'll keep it subscribed. But he lost my interest. I don't think I watched anything from him in probably a year and a half, 2. It's been a while. Again, nothing against the guy. For anybody that watches his stuff, I mean, hey, would you recommend it? If you're interested in magazine, absolutely. But that's about as far as I go.
Let's get to the oatmeal cookie cakes.
The oatmeal cookies. Where did I say that was? Number 7?
You said 7 or 8. I think you said 8, but same thing. I give those motherfuckers like a 4. I can't believe I'm putting chocolate stars over the cream cakes, actually, but
yeah. So I said Star Crunch.
I'm starting myself on fire over here.
So I said Star Crunch was number 8, and the oatmeal cakes I said was number 7. At number 6, I'm putting strawberry shortcakes.
Yeah, I put those on the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like those ones.
I mean, I'm not going to eat the entire thing. I'm only going to take a bite of these.
Did you take a bite of the oatmeal cookie or what?
No, I didn't. I mean, I know what the oatmeal one tastes like, so.
When you started this, I was wondering how much of all this you were going to eat.
I'm going to take one bite, and I'm going to put the rest in the icebox, and I will eat it later on. But if anybody thought I'm going to eat like 8 different cakes all at one sitting, I can't do it. That's going to make me fat as hell. Yeah, I'm good with strawberry at number 6. I think that's a good fitting spot for it. Number 5. And you know that this company comes out with some good desserts. If this sucker right here is number 5. But number 5, I'm going with Cosmic Brownies. And I'm looking at the back of this, and they even sell little miniature muffins. I don't have any muffins, though.
Yeah, fuck the muffins. I'm not really too down with those brownies, but they're all right. All this food that you're pulling up just reminds me of working at the Cozy and being all high and not having much money. And because those were cheap. I can't remember how much they were, but for not much money, you get a whole bunch of that shit. And the brownies are good. They were filling at least.
I think it was Aldi when I was growing up as a kid. I think Aldi had the chocolate brownies, right? And they had like little brown nuts on the top that I remember. And as a kid, I used to absolutely hate that. So I used to take them with the bottom of my teeth, kind of like saw them off
I
the.
forgot about those brownies with the nuts, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's crazy.
Mm. I didn't like the nuts. So I used to like scrape them off with my teeth. And then later on, when I got older, especially the teenagers, I could care less if they had nuts on them or not. But as a kid, I didn't like that at all. So I said 8, 7, 6, 5. Number 4.
Nuts.
I mean, this one could technically be anywhere. It could be anywhere from number 1, number 3, 5, 8. It doesn't matter. It just depends on your taste, I guess. But number 4, I'm going with honey buns.
I don't really know what I think about honey buns.
Freaking my second
They're
combat
better in the
deployment.
microwave, but my fat ass is just eating them.
Nah, I can't do that. I can't microwave any of this stuff. Even my wife, when she wants like microwaved, when she wants to microwave a hot, like apple pie or what do you call those little bread things? Croissants. I'm like, man, I ain't putting no damn croissant in the microwave.
Uh-huh.
You eat it like at room temperature or cold or something, but she wants it like warm and buttery, and I'm like, come on.
Jailhouse treat.
Yeah. But those croissants, man, when I was in Iraq in 2008, 2009, for our 15-month tour, I've talked about this. We ran the entire base. Our brigade commander was coach commander. And we ran the class 1 yard, and we always had access to freaking honey buns. Whenever we get a shipment in, I swear to God, our damn squad leader walk over, pull a big ass box of freaking honey buns off the line, where we stored the honey buns. And those boxes had like 60 of those effers in there, 60, 100, whole ton, man. So, like, they never got dished out to the freaking DFAC because the soldiers that worked in the hangar were always the ones eating those effers. Ice cream, same damn thing. They never made it to the DFAC because our unit kept eating it. But like I said, our unit, we ran everything. And we had a bunch of different nationalities on the base. It was sad back then because like the Georgians, they were all doing all the security and stuff. But then they had to leave. They had to go back to Georgia, and then they were like in war with Russia. So you leave one combat zone just to go back home and be in another combat zone. I mean, I feel for those guys. Those guys, had it rough. But we had guys from Georgia and who's the other guards? The triple canopy guys. Somewhere in Africa. It wasn't Zimbabwe. Jesus. What country are they from? Uganda. And you know what? Some of the most intelligent mother effers on the planet. Like every time somebody would walk in, like they actually spoke to different people in their respective language. Georgian coming in, he was speaking to him in Russian or whatever the Georgian language is, right? When the Spanish units come in, or even if it's just an American Spanish soldier, like he'll talk to them in Spanish. So they got their own language. They speak English, they speak Spanish, they speak all these other languages too. I'm like, Jesus. So they spent a lot of time in school learning that stuff. So that's very impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, actually.
All right. So I'm going to move on to the number 3 selection. And yeah, I think number 3 is fitting. I went with fudge rounds in number 3.
I don't get enough fudge rounds in my area to even give an opinion on them. They're kind of like whatever, but for some reason where I live, you rarely see those. They're probably better than the oatmeal ones because they're motherfucking fudge.
This is the first time I've eaten a fudge round in like years, I think. It's been a long time. All right. You've seen it before, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be shocked to learn this is not number 1. Coming at number 2, zebra cakes. I am almost tempted to turn this into a birthday cake one year. But their respective size is perfectly fine. Generally, I don't like eating them out of the box. I like to put them in the freezer and have them frozen when you eat it because they don't crumble in your hands, and to me, they just taste better. But
Hey, are those all small like those ones I showed you, or what? Are they regular size? Yeah, coming at number 2, that was a shocker.
I mean, they look regular size to me.
All right, maybe the ones I got were just bunk because those do look bigger than mine. I can't tell too good, but they do look bigger.
Mm. This one was a surprise. I didn't expect this to be number 1. I honestly thought zebra cakes were gonna be my number 1 choice.
Yeah, we need a big old drum roll for this number 1 bullshit. Now that zebra cakes got bumped to number 2, this
Well,
deserves a drum roll.
At number 1, I went with Swiss Rose.
Oh yeah, fuck them Swiss rolls.
Dude, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there was an ice cream little ice cream loaf. It looked like a loaf of bread, but it was an ice cream, and it basically
They
looked
had
like this.
strawberry in that.
What was it called?
I don't know. They had strawberry ones and they had ones like that. I know what you're talking about. The rolls.
But it had like the brown cake type on the top, and then you had the vanilla ice cream in the middle. And there was a store called Osco's. No, yeah, Osco's that we used to go to, like a little Walgreen type store.
Yeah, I don't know if Jay Diorama is still in the chat, but me and him talk about Osco's here and there.
Yeah, so like that was the last place I ever saw one of those cakes, and that was like very early '90s. I don't know if they even exist nowadays, and I don't know how to look them up either.
Someone here says that they can't hear us. I wonder if that's true. Can you guys hear us? I think that guy's fucking around, but I don't know.
Appreciate doing well. Hope you're doing well. Zebra cakes for life. It's the famous
Zebra cake for life. I didn't see that. That's pretty funny though. Get that tattooed across my stomach.
That's good. Ross, like, let's go. Star Crunch in years. That's like probably the first time I ever had those. At least to my knowledge, it is because I don't remember having them before. Fudge
Yeah, like
Round.
I said, man. Here in beautiful Colorado, you don't see those off around too much. They're probably better than the oatmeal or the. Yeah, I guess they're oatmeal. They're probably better, but I like vanilla better than I like chocolate. A lot of people don't agree with that, but I'm way more down. I'd pick vanilla or anything over chocolate.
That's me. Because vanilla is just so much easier to mix. Like if I want to add an orange ice cream or add orange pop to it, you have that little orange, and it fits. Or if you add a can of root beer to it, you have yourself a root beer float. You can't do that with any other flavor. So I like plain yellow. Now, obviously, growing up as a kid, I like chocolate the most. But as an adult, like I could care less about the chocolate ice cream. I just like vanilla ice cream. I like vanilla. I like strawberry.
And I like the fucking French vanilla and the homemade style vanilla. Like a stronger vanilla is even better.
Yeah. Or you know what I got into? Well, not got into. I've always liked it, but the sherbet ice cream.
It's good.
So it's different because it's not like what we get all the time. So, oh yeah, that's still way too much.
I like it. Sherbet ice cream is for gays, but I still like it.
I like it because it's different. Like I said, it's not something that we get on a consistent basis, and when we do get it, I mean, even if we get it every single grocery order, I still feel like it's a treat no matter what. So
when I do get it too, I think, well, why don't I get this more often? Because this is pretty good.
Can I get a hell yeah on the oatmeal cream? Sorry, bud, I can't give you the hell yeah on the oatmeal. But you do the hell yeah on the oatmeal. I'll do the hell yeah on the honey buns. How about that? The timing on the oatmeal cream pies before the vid reveal. That's funny. No man, still messed up. Yeah. I mean, it happened a long time ago. Like I didn't hold no grudge or anything. But when you see how that played out, and like a year and a half later, when Jason's obviously, and I talk about Jason a lot because obviously he's in the community and he has a much larger following. So when I talk about him, people know who I mean. So I love making comparisons, and it's just easier for people to understand your point of view or your argument if they understand the reference. So, like I said, like a year and a half, whatever it was later, when Jason's came out, was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna start the magazine reviews because Anthony motivated me, whatever, and he basically gave his stamp of approval for Jason to do so. I'm like, why couldn't I get that same level of respect, as someone who watches your channel and comments on your channel and all that, right? And you're only mad or offended maybe after the first time he says it, but after a few minutes, you're like, whatever, you kind of move on, but. Like, I don't make my videos to build other people's collections. That will stay with me forever. No matter how much memory loss I have, that will always stay with me because I I feel like I'm the complete opposite. I love making my videos because I love inspiring other people, other collectors. If somebody sees something in my collection, like, oh my God, that's amazing. I want that part of my collection. And they go on the internet and they search for it, they pick it up. And if they can pick it up for an awesome price, if I was the reason behind that, I feel like incredible. Like makes me feel special about that. Like I help somebody out, or if somebody's a new collector and they want to make sure that they don't overpay on products. That's why I put a lot of prices in my reviews because I want people to know what I paid so that they kind of have an estimation of what it's going to cost, so they don't overpay or expect to underpay. And that was just like I said, it was a long time ago, but whenever if someone brings it up, I'll bring up that situation, and I think it had everything to do like why he turned me down, but why he didn't turn so and so down is because they had the ability to influence their subscribers to subscribe to him, and he did. Like he went from like 900 subs to like almost 1100 or something like or close to it in like a day or two because of that referral. So good for him. I'm proud. I'm happy. I haven't checked in on his channel in a long time. I don't know how he's grown, if he's still doing the same thing or if he's, adding more stuff, but any content creator, man, if you create videos on YouTube, I want everybody to be successful. So there's no shade, no hate there. Hopefully he's doing really well. Like I said, I don't hold any like long lasting effects. Like I'm not gonna like cry myself to sleep because so and so said that they were mad that I bought magazines. It's not. It doesn't work like that, right?
When I was a kid, there's this place, it's Bollinger's Books, and they had like every magazine ever made, and they just sold like cigarettes and greeting cards, and I don't know, but they had like every magazine, every comic ever made. And
Yeah.
all my aunts worked there. So when I was a kid, I could just go in there and have whatever I wanted because they threw half the stuff away at the end of the month anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got all the wrestling magazines for free, all the comics for free, everything for free. It was great.
Cool.
But back in the 80s, there was like, I don't know, maybe 10 different wrestling magazines, maybe not that many, but like a lot. You know what I mean? It was awesome. That bookstore had when Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling came out, there's coloring books. There's coloring books. I looked for it on eBay and I looked it up before. You can never find it, but it's Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling is coloring books, and it had a cardboard store display with like all the comics in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And on the back, on the top of the cardboard or whatever, it had like a beautiful picture of the Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. You know what I mean? And so when they were done with it, they gave it to me. I was just like a little kid. You know what I mean? But it was still awesome. But then I clipped that up. And I put that on in my room in my LGN arena and shit, and I had fucking all my wrestlers and that Hulk Hogan's fucking part of the arena. It was so awesome. That was the good old days.
I love those little displays. Dude, whatever happened to who was it? Was it Mean Gene? You brought home like a sign of Mean Gene Okerlund or someone?
I got a Mean Gene from his restaurant, Mean Gene's Burgers.
And then way back when you asked me if I wanted it, I'm like, kind of, yeah.
It's
But
pretty awesome. It's fucking awesome, you know. No, I want it, but I had no. I paid like I can't remember. I paid like $500 for that shit. I
mm,
had no business, and it's awesome. But I mean, what good is it doing me? You know what I mean? I mean,
I
I
mean,
like it. You know.
I think this is the only room where I'm putting stuff in, like only poster related, right? I mean, I got some stuff on this, what I call overflow shelf, but it's not really like a real display. It's just stuff sitting on shelves. So I don't think I'll ever fill this room up with any collectibles or anything. Like when I did this, I just did this probably 4 months ago or something, 3 months, something like that. It's because this was just an open wall. Nothing was on it. I'm like, I got this big open wall. Let me do something with it.
It's
So
pretty sweet, fucking with the frames and all that. You know.
yeah, and that right there's a lot of fun because I can't hang that stuff up in the garage in the basement. There's all the walls are filled up with figures and other things, right? So this gave me a perfect place setting for them.
Oh,
So
it
David
looks nice. Like,
Flip, cream pie rating. Cream pie rating. Out of 10, I'd probably give a cream pie 5 or 6. Like the filling itself is good. It's delicious. The oatmeal cookie, because it's a nice soft feel to the cookie, right? Maybe I go higher to like a 7, but I mean it's at the end of the day it's still oatmeal. It's still an oatmeal cookie, so I can't give it the highest rating in the world. But I mean it's still something you would buy. I wouldn't buy an oatmeal cookie for myself. It's something my wife wants, but if she buys the package, am I going to eat one or two? Absolutely.
I ain't no. I don't want no goddamn oatmeal cookie without that cream in it. You know.
hmm We went to Sam's Club last month, and it was the first time we ever went to Sam's Club. My wife bought a subscription about what, like 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. So we it took us like a month and a half before we finally went the first time. And when we did, it's like Aldi. You gotta bring your own shopping bags. They just throw in the cart. That's it. But we ended up buying like this big ass tray of cookies that cost like over $20. Like we just wanted like a little small package of Oreos, but like we just walk in and you're walking by these dessert tables. And you see this big ass tray of cookies, and you see chocolate chip and macadamia nut and M&M cookies and all that. So I'm like, yeah, might as well get a whole plethora of cookies and this big ass platter. And then what happened? We had like 10 million oatmeal cookies left over. It's been sitting in a container ever since because we never touched it. So, I mean, oatmeal cookies, like if it's there, you're hungry and, grandma over here offers you an oatmeal cookie, you're going to eat it, but it's
If
not
it's there,
anything
you know
special.
what? I've had some good ones though. You know, I've had. I mean, oatmeal cookie the best at all. But I've had some that were like pretty fucking good. The big round ones that are still all stocked, and then they probably got big ass raisins and shit in there.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they're good,
Mm.
but yeah, for the most part, they're not.
Walnut brownies, yeah. Jailhouse treat, honey buns, heated up with Reese cups on top.
I saw that comment earlier. Let's get about the Reese's cups on top. That's a whole nother level.
Hey, Walnut, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. They used to be bigger. What? What's Jesus Christ now? Come on now. Whoa. Don't leave me in the dark. I'm too far behind. I can't believe my ears. Man, my mom loves Swiss rolls. I mean, number one, they had to be, right? I mean, you got that nice chocolate flavor on the outside. You got the vanilla cream on the inside. So, like, what you can't go any wrong. You can't go wrong. Zebra cakes, I will always love and be a fan of zebra cakes, right? But it's one of those things that I've had 100 million times, and it's like when you watch a movie way too much. Like I can
No,
watch Friday the 13th Part 3. It could be an absolutely amazing, perfect movie. But as a kid, we had that recorded on one of our blank tapes, one of our blank VHS tapes, and we watched that movie all the time. So it was a very consistent, feature film in our house. So for the longest time, like I hated Friday the 13th Part 3. Really wasn't anything wrong with the movie. It was a great movie. It's just we saw it so many damn much. It was overkill. And I kind of feel the same way about Zebra Cakes. So I think number 2 is a really fitting spot for it for this particular countdown. Yeah, I see what you say. Venus says they can't hear us. Any comments?
Yeah, that was probably a lie. Do you know who Angry Grandma is on YouTube or what?
I don't think so. I don't recognize that
It's
name.
funny, but it's just some bullshit. I know she was the Angry Grandma, but I saw the other day where that Kane Hodder ran into her and they yelled at each other. It was pretty funny.
So, where was it? There's Dwayne. He was asking about the Cosmic Brownies. Number 5 on my list. Nick, check clear. Did the Cosmic Brownies? Go. I believe the cakes are number 2. I demand a recount. Everybody's pissed off. Everybody wants Zebra Cakes to be number 1. It's been like the topic of discussion the last few weeks. So, man, viewers don't even tune in to hear about childhood or nostalgia, wrestling related stuff, collectible. No, people just want to hear about the damn Zebra Cakes.
Yeah.
But I finally have them to show off in the video, so I'm happy with that. Shabelle. I like sherbet ice cream, man. It's unique enough, especially when you get the tricolors all in one tub. That's fun.
I was thinking about that when you were talking about that earlier. Yeah, you get the tricolors, that the lime in there's like all good.
Yep. I don't like the dark red purple one that much, but the orange and green is perfectly fine. I mean, they're all fine. They're all delicious, but
yeah.
I orange and green. I think he had them at 5. Yes, they were. Number 5, correct. That's what it's about. Everyone wins. Use oatmeal cream pies as a crust for a no-bake cheesecake.
That's all right. As long as the cheesecake is thick as fuck. And then you eat your cheesecake, you just got to eat that crust at the end.
You know what makes me mad about all these cakes, though? So in between freshman year and sophomore year, like around Independence Day, sometime around that time frame, 2001. Now, I was 16, and I got my first job at Sara Lee. And I didn't make a lot of money. Like, I started at like $6 an hour. Like, 90 days later, I was making $6.50. And I think like every 6 months to a year, maybe 6 months, my pay increased like 25 cents. And once I hit like $7.50, that was it. That was the max I could go. So I wasn't making any money working Sara Lee. And I worked it 3 years. Sophomore year, all the way through senior year until I graduated high school. And then I left for basic training, so I had to quit. But that was already expected. Oh, shoot. A little off topic here, but in 2004, when I graduated high school, I was 19, and all of my coworkers at Sara Lee, they took me out to dinner, sort of like a going away dinner, because not only was I leaving the company, leaving the Sara Lee, but I was also going off to basic. So one of my coworkers, I drove him home that night, and we're driving past like Mather High School. There's this red car in front of me. I had a 1990 or I think it was a 91 Dodge Daytona 2-door hatchback. And I had a red car. There was a red car in front of me. I don't know if they ran the stoplight or whatnot. I really wasn't paying attention. I stopped at the stop sign, kept going. And then I hear the damn cops behind me, and they pulled me over. Oh, you didn't come to a complete stop at the stop sign. Well, shit, bitch. I didn't sit there, turn off the ignition, look both ways, pull out a cigarette, read a damn 125-page book, and then turn on the ignition and look both ways and go. But shit, I stopped. And what was funny is the entire time that they had me pulled over, the red car in front of me was pulled off to the side the same way. So the entire time I'm sitting wondering if maybe she thought that was the red car that ran the stop sign. But they took my damn ID. I was pissed. I'm like, dude, I'm about to leave for basic training in like a day or two, and you took my only mode of identification. You freaking prick. So my wife, who was my fiance at the time, of course, and my mom, while I was in basic, had to go to court for me to fight for me. And the stupid damn cop didn't even show up. So they ended up getting my driver's license back that day, but I'm like, what a freaking waste. All right. Getting back on topic now. I don't know why I kind of go off on these tangents sometimes, but I just felt like it had to be said.
I don't know what the topic was.
Neither do I. I don't remember what the topic was. A lot of the time when I go off on these tangents, I don't remember what the original topic was. I just keep talking and hopefully it makes sense. Yeah. Sam's Club and small packages don't mix. Yeah, I learned that very quickly about Sam's Club. And like they have like this imitation crab meat, right? You go to like Walmart or Kroger or something. Those little packages, they're like $5, $7, something like that. I get to Sam's Club, I pull this package out. It doesn't look any bigger than the damn crab meat we get at the other grocery stores. They're asking like $25 damn. I'm like, I gotta throw that shit up in the air and be like, I'm out of here. This is a freaking waste. I got this so I watch like a lot of, I don't say food reviews, but a lot of videos where people, show their haul from Sam's Club. It's like, oh yeah, I got this much food for $200. I'm like, shit, man, that's enough food to feed me for 3 months. That's what's up. So I'm like, you know what? I've never been to Sam's Club. Wife, sign up for a subscription. Let's enroll and be members of this group. We finally go there, and I'm like, I was not impressed, not one bit.
No.
Not one bit. I mean, it's just a warehouse. It's a grocery store inside of a warehouse, which I kind of expected, but to see it firsthand, I'm like, this is freaking weird, man.
You save money though.
Yeah, you gotta pay a membership fee.
Yeah. Do you save money though after that? Is it worth it?
I don't think
if you
so.
got a bunch of money to buy a whole bunch of shit at once.
Well, that's the thing. You got to buy everything in bulk. Like, if I want to buy some provolone cheese, I can't go there and get like the little packages you get at Walmart for like
Right.
that have 12 slices. I got to get the one that has 2 sides and they're like that thick, and it costs you like $30. So I actually got one from Sam's Club. I opened a package. I had a couple of slices of ham of a provolone cheese that I put, or a Munster cheese, something like that I put on my sandwiches. I came back probably a week ago, and maybe a week or two, and I pulled the package out because I was gonna make myself a sandwich. It all turned green and moldy. I'm like, what the ever loving F? This was like a thick $30 package of cheese, single slices, right? And I probably used 1 or 2 slices out of that thing. I was pissed. So if you're not eating sandwiches on a daily basis, it doesn't make sense to get a package that size. But nothing that they offer is small, right? It's all bulk stuff. So, I mean, I might go there again for like a few items, but I mean, is it worth the membership fee? No. I mean, $60 a year. I mean, how would you feel like if I told you you have to pay me a membership fee to give me for you to give me your business? Like what?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But not recommended. Hey, what's happening, Steven? Soup. Redneck, what's going on, buddy?
I gotta go get my dog, man. I threw him out. He's probably eating the yard right now.
You're good, man. I am just going to go through these messages, and hopefully I'm not too far behind. Sorry, guys. You know how I am. I do have to mention it broke down to $37.60 a piece after shipping, and with not knowing how crazy Hastel will get on prices, so I was on the fence with Ahmed. However, I pulled the trigger Mm. 3760. Is that for like the newest releases of Hastel toys? So they have a lot of stuff from Hastel that I really want. Like their new set of like what was it, 6 or 7 figures for like a bundle like $440. Me being me, I gotta buy 2 of them, right? Well, guess what? I'm not shelling out $800, almost $900 for freaking toys. I'm just not in. At one time. No, come on. I really want that Billy. What do I always call him, Billy Jack Haynes, Hillbilly Jim. Jesus, I really want the Hillbilly Jim badly. That's one of those characters I really wanted to see in retro form. We already have Godwins, the 2 Godwins. We don't need 2 more, and they're probably the exact same figure, anyways. But all the other figures, like the 2 sets of 2 variants of Strike Force, I wanted those. I'm not paying those prices. I said it before. I thought Hastel Toys might have lost my business, and I kept buying from them. But now, do I feel like I have to eliminate them from who I buy from? Maybe. What I'm thinking is, you guys see my garage, right? And I have all of Hastel Toys on pegboards in the garage. Right next to it, I have all of my zombie sailors. And that's a question I want to branch off with you guys shortly. So, question is, once those pegboards are filled up, once the little wire, right, that you just slip on the protective cases on, once that is completely filled up, and I have no more room on those particular area of that pegboard, do I continue buying Hastel anymore? As far as zombie sailors, you guys know, zombie sailors used to be in my main display room on the back storage room door, and then any carryover was on like the back wall. And then I had additional figures on the shelf. I moved that to the storage room, and I replaced it with Mattel Retros on the storage room door. Now I'm thinking today I got 3 new Berserkers in from KWK, Kayfabe Heroes. They're building up their inventory, right? Their roster. So do I again switch out the Mattel Retros and be like, you know what? I'd rather have KWK figures on this door instead of Mattel Retros. They're definitely more pricey, expensive figures, so it makes more sense to have those on there. But I don't know. At some point, they're going to run out, right? I'm going to run out of space, and I don't like that. So it was good while it lasted with Zombie Sailors, but I just didn't expect them to have as many figures as they had. At one point, at some point, I'm going to do another room tour. And maybe if I do that room tour, I will do that room tour as a live stream. And that way I can literally talk to you guys while I kind of showcase the collections and kind of get your guys' feedback and see what you think would look better. Because right now, I'm not really too sure. No L tonight. Yeah, man, I've noticed that infused vodka would be amazing. I don't know, man. Like, I got tequila. Would tequila and darn zero cake go together?
You should have just put all the fucking shit you took a bite out of into a big old fucking glass with some kind of alcohol in there, and then just at the end chug the whole fucking thing.
Oh shit! It did it again. It
Yeah.
circulated. So like I think once it hits like an hour 45 minutes, hour 47 and change, hour 48 and change, the live show goes back to 0. So like now we're at 21 seconds instead of showing an hour 48 minutes 20 whatever. I don't know why live shows do that. It's so weird.
Bum said something about a solo Hillbilly Jim figure. I want that real bad.
Yeah, I want the Hillbilly Jim. I just don't want the other 2 because it's unnecessary.
I get all these companies confused, man, because I'm poor and I ain't buying all these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm all behind. I can't tell you the last ones I got, but I haven't gotten the Elizabeth and Sherry and probably Zeus. I don't think I got that yet. I'm sure I don't got that yet, and I really want that real bad. Oh, and the Ultimate Warrior comes in that. I don't got that set. This Harley Race set is awesome. I still need to get that. And then I just want to fucking, just for the record, real quick, man. I just want to say I like Zombie Sailor, and why I like Zombie Sailor is because they make all the guys I like. That's the and they look good. The ET arms suck balls. If you just had Zombie Sailor only and you were a kid,
Yeah.
then they'd be big old monkey grappling wrestling arms and shit. But I get all that. But they make all the guys that I like, and that's why I like them. Fucking the guy sucks with the shipping sucks, and a lot of shit sucks. But his figures look good, and even before these ECW guys and Abdullah, Jack Tunney, that's fucking awesome. And I don't know, he makes the guys I like.
So recently he's come out with like Public Enemy on a 2-pack, which I actually really like those figures. And I'm like, very surprising because for months and months and months, every time I got a new figure from Zombie Sailors, the review has not been positive. But then we get Public Enemy, I'm like, I didn't have any complaints. Like they were absolutely spectacular figures. So it's not like Zombie Sailors doesn't have the ability to produce a good figure. They have images of their new Legion of Doom, which I think look really good. I don't know if I want to pay that money for the ET arms. At the same
How
time,
long have you heard about those Road Warriors? They were supposed to come out like so
a year
long
ago,
ago.
yeah,
Forever.
weren't they playing like 2 years or something? Like the
They've been
Macho
planned
Man and Legion
forever.
of Doom. Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah, in the very beginning, pretty much.
well, I might go for Legion of Doom, but here's the thing: there's recently they had Hakushi and Mr. Hughes on green card. I'm like, oh hell, because there's two things. I think if you see a black card, you always have to buy it because those black cards always seem to be worth money. And now because of the whole Hasbro mindset that green cards are like crazy valuable, now I'm looking at the Series 5 green cards of Zombie Sailors. Are these going to be the last batch? Are these going to be the ones that are worth $1,000 20 years from now? I don't want to say, hey, I've given up on this company and I'm not buying them, and then find out 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. Hell, maybe even not that late, maybe 6 months down the road, find out that these things are selling on eBay for $500. But everything that I've got from Zombie Sailors tells me they are not valuable. I have so many duplicates that I'm trying to sell, and I can't even give them away. Like, hey, here's $40 with $6 shipping or something, $8 shipping. Nobody will buy them for those prices. So you got to sell them on eBay for like 99-cent auctions and see how they sell. Because that's the only way you're going to get the actual market value for them. And after selling a Mark Merrill that I paid $40 for plus, and shipping, taxes, whatever, and it's sold on eBay for $5.50. For grapplers and gimmicks, I'm like, no, that's horrendous. Zombie Sailors and grapplers, neither one of them sells worth a damn. So I try to keep people up to date as much as possible with that issue because I know a lot of people think that they're going to resell it for triple the price, and it'll pay for not only that figure but the first two that they bought, their carded figure, their loose figure. It doesn't work, sadly. Predictions on the So Steven wants to know predictions on the World Series. I'm still saying Dodgers. Originally, I said Dodgers over Yankees. That was who I thought was going to be in the World Series. And who was it? Toronto, I think. No, or is it Seattle? No, Seattle played Detroit. Toronto played New York, if I recall correctly. And I feel like it's going to go 6 games. I don't think it'll go a full 7, but I think the Dodgers will handle their business in 6 games. Dodgers have won 2 World Series this decade alone. I think the last time the Blue Jays won was like 93, so I don't mind seeing the Blue Jays come in and pick up where they left off back in the 90s.
Yeah, but now I'm on here again. It froze up or something. Do you see when I was all froze up? I don't know how long I was froze up for.
Now you're good. So you see this little button on the right side that's like a little 2 arrows kind of doing a circle. I noticed the last live stream I did, my screen was black for a long time, or it was blank on my side, and And Bum Shadow said that he saw a black screen. So I hit the little two arrows doing the circle, and it showed that way. When I pressed it
Yeah, I
again,
see
it went
it.
back to me again, right? And that fixed it.
Huh. I don't know. It's froze. I don't know.
I'm falling behind. I still need the pre-Flash Funk and the newest Mattel Retro 4-pack. Yeah, Series 18 from Mattel Retros. I think that could be the best series. I thought Series 10 would be the best, but because Series 10 had Junkyard Dog and Diesel in that release. But I mean, you have 4 perfect figures this time around with Harley Race and Ultimate Warrior and Bobby Heenan and Virgil. So I'm like, this has got to be the best, hands down, right? Hey, what's happening, Minnie? You want 2 more dogs? Tell BBI said, bye, catch y'all later. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Walnut. Appreciate it. There's going to be a solo Hillbilly Jim and wrestling gear. Really? I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah, I would love that. If I ever start doing that BBA again, I'll be happy if I have Hillbilly Jim.
Bum Shadow says that individual figure is going to be like $60, 50 or $60. That's what I'm talking about. These darn things are $20 figures. What the
Yeah,
hell are they
man, it's
thinking?
crazy, dude. You know, I don't know, man. Yeah, everything's expensive, and all these toy lines are fucking expensive. It's sad.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about creating a BBA freaking Hasbro figure just to see what the cost of something like that would be. And if they tell me that a factory in China can manufacture this figure with this card backing and this blister and all in, it's like $5. And I find out that, this company over here is charging you $50 a figure, $60 a figure, $70 a figure, when it's costing you $5 to make everything. I'm like, that will completely tune me out to every single one of these organizations. Like, none of them would get my business again. That is a complete ripoff. Because I feel like if they're charging me $5 a piece for a retro figure and I sell those suckers for $20, that's already 4 times the price, 4 times the earning rate on just one single figure. If you sell 500 figures, you're making an absolute fortune. Not only are you able to buy the next figure, you could probably buy another 2 or 3 figures with that money that you made on that sale. So I do not understand why all these companies are coming out with prices between $40 to $75 for something that's not that doesn't cost that much to make. It's
No,
so
I mean they
infuriating.
gotta pay for like the sculpture. They gotta pay for the shipping. They gotta pay for the guy who paints it. I don't know. They pay shit. And then they pay for these licensing. But yeah, it's still way too fucking much.
Yeah, but if it's like $5,000 or $6,000 for a mold of an LJN figure, I mean, you would have to think half the size and plastic that one of the Hasbro style figures would probably be what, $1,000, couple thousand. I don't think it would be no $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 like they would charge you for an LJN. So I mean, even at $20, you're still gonna earn all of your money back and then some, and it's still going to give you enough revenue left over to purchase the next figure too. So, and even if you say, hey, I'm selling this on eBay or I'm selling this on my website, goods and services, and let's say you're losing 25% that way or something, the fact that you're still going to have money left over. You still have money left over to invest into your next figure, and I just think it's an absolute. When you get to like $40, I mean, let's say after you're selling it for $40 and you paid $5 for it, you're paying goods and services, you're paying tariffs, you're paying mold costs, you're paying your actual employees at your business, whatever. I mean, if you got like a local store, I can understand maybe that cuts into it a little bit, but if you're just buying the figure, it's being shipped to you and you're just shipping it out to the customers, all in, there's no reason why you're not earning $25, $30 profit on that. Maybe $25. So maybe at that point, maybe I can understand $20 being too low, but that's the market speaks for itself. They're $15 to $20 figures. And sadly, Mattel is the golden standard when it comes to gauging a lot of these things. And
Everything, even all the other kinds of toys. Like it makes me sad when I think about like I go to Walmart and look at the He-Man toys or
yeah,
G.I. Joe Classified. All these toys are crazy expensive. Even like a normal toy that a kid would be playing with is probably like $25. And I just think, man, because as a kid I had all the toys. My grandma bought me whatever I was into and shit. So I was just thinking, if I had a kid, man, it sucks so bad because I would want to get my kid all the cool toys like I had. You mean so? Like a new series comes out and there's 5 guys that like
yeah.
$25 a piece or whatever. That's like a lot of money, man.
Well, when you look at 1989 and you see out the figures back then selling for like $18, $17, and then you look at today's market and you think LJN selling for around 40, 42, $45, $50. Okay, you think okay, they're right on par based on inflation where they should be. But
I was trying to figure all that out the other day.
what about you? You figured it out the other day?
No, I was trying. You're talking to Bone Breaker. I was sitting on the toilet trying to figure out inflation, and it didn't work out too good.
Well, here's another thing. Let's not even use LJNs, right? Let's talk about Hasbro. Hasbro for me and Toys R Us back in the day were like $3 figures.
They were
I
probably
get it.
$3 on sale, yeah, or maybe they were $3.
Well, maybe somewhere, maybe if you go like California or New York, maybe they would be like $6 a piece. But
All right,
generally,
so they were
I think
$3.
I think they're like $3 or maybe $3.99, so $4. I'm gonna say $3. So
Yeah,
$3 to six
let's save
dollars.
five. Save five just to make it easy.
So $5 in
They were close
1990.
to five.
You're telling me 35 years later, this thing has gone up, 7/8 in price from $5 to $40. I mean, that just sounds absolutely lunacy right there.
Well, what about you're talking about like these other companies like which you get four Hasbro the new Mattel, let's say the new Mattel retros. You buy that 4-pack. How much is that? Like $40 when it comes out? How much
50
how much are Mattel retros right from Mattel to your door?
Mattel's free shipping and their figures are $15 a piece. So you buy the set for $60.
All right, so
And
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So back in the day, say the Hasbro's were 5, and
yeah,
these Mattels are about 15. So that's like $10. Does that match inflation as far as like a loaf of bread and all that? Is about the same?
I would say that the Mattel pricing is very fair compared to Hasbro's. But when you start factoring in Zombie Sailors and Epic Toys and
But
Figure
see, that's a
Collection
different
Store,
game though, because they're not
yeah,
Hasbro. They can't just make a bunch of them and be selling them fucking. Well, I guess they'll sell them at Walmart and shit. But you know what I'm saying?
yeah, then that's a major issue. When I've talked to other people, like one of my viewers, man, I don't know what's up with him, but like he made his comment, like I hope Mattel puts all of these customizers and all these businesses out of business. And I'm like, well, dude, that's kind of brutal. Damn. What about me? Like I'm trying to create my own wrestling line. You're basically saying the same thing to me, that which sucks. But Mattel it's a different cat because they are literally a multi-billion-dollar corporation. So they can go to this factory and they could buy 80,000 units, 150,000 units of these figures and probably get them for a dollar a piece. You buy more, let's say 150,000, you're getting them for like 75 cents a piece. Whereas if I were to get those exact same figures, maybe I only buy 500 units and I'm being charged like $20 a figure to create or something like that, right? So obviously, the more money, the more quantity you invest in, the lower the per unit price. And we're not all billionaires that can just go out and just willy nilly just buy
Well,
these
yeah,
mass
right.
quantities. So
Yeah.
I don't think he realized that, yeah, Mattel Superstars, the LGNs, you could sell them for $25 because Mattel's probably only paying like $1 to create these figures. Whereas if I was creating that same exact Hulk Hogan figure and I was creating 500 units, I probably would have to charge $200 just to get my money back on it. But So I definitely understand the concept of quantity and these sub companies compared to these multi-billion dollar corporations like a Hasbro, like a Mattel. Are they the only two, excuse me, are they the only two toy companies that actually that are worth billions of dollars? Because I don't
Yeah.
remember Kenner being that large. I definitely don't think Remco was never that large, not even close. Playmates maybe, because Ninja Turtles absolutely destroyed it. Bandai with Power Rangers in the 1990s, that they were making billions upon they were they were printing their own money with Power Rangers. So I think Bandai could have made it to a multi-billion-dollar corporation, but when you think
Bandai
about
was probably big in Japan and stuff too.
Bandai, yeah, probably,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's not really a lot of corporations that I think about that produce toys that actually make a ton of money. Those are obviously some of the bigger ones. So maybe we add Playmates and Bandai to that list. But your average toy company, it can't compare to that, so it can't offer the same prices. I completely understand, but you are a buyer, and you definitely want to get the best. I hate this expression, the most bang for your buck, but there's really no other way to say it other than that. So, oh damn, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Those berserkers look hype as absolutely. I'm only sad that I only got the 3 and I didn't get a 4th one that I could potentially open up. Otherwise, today I would have done a legitimate video review on the berserker as opposed to just making a picture posting for them.
The sword's pretty neat.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
really care about that Berserker. The Hasbro Berserker was fine for me and shit. But since I got a better look at that sword, yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So Deborah says hi. Welcome, Deborah. Powers of the Undertaker taking over BBA. Hope he's okay. That is so good. Corey says Heels and Faces Series 5 dropped today. I only care about the Hakushi. I like Hakushi and I like the Mr. Hughes figure. So will I buy them? Probably not. Like when it comes to Zombie Sailors, I really have to think about the monetary value of the figures. I think Legion of Doom is going to be worth a lot of money. That's why I might buy those, because 6 months later, those same Legion of Doom is going to be selling on eBay for $250. They're Legion of Doom. All Legion of Doom is worth something, but rest of your basic Zombie Sailor figures, they're not worth anything. They're like $15-$20 figures. Grapplers and gimmicks, they are $15 to $20 figures. Whenever you sell this stuff on eBay, it shows you their value, man, because people do not go up there. You could offer free shipping. If you think you're going to sell one of those figures that you paid $50 on for even $40, not going to happen. Zombies aren't horrible. It's just certain ones are rough, in my opinion. It's cool he honors ECW more than others. Where's the order for Roadkill, by the way? That's Mike Awesome's arms are to his knees. That Mike Awesome is so bad. I don't quite classify it as the worst Zombie Sailors. I still say CM Punk is probably the worst Zombie Sailors figure, but that darn Awesome figure was very close to being among the top 3 at worst, or at best, top 5 at worst. No, I said it right the first time. Top 3 at worst, top 5 at best. Worst Zombie Sailor figures.
Yeah, and see, to me, man, like Mike Awesome, because I used to watch that shit. I used to,
Yeah.
whatever. But Mike Awesome is one of my favorite wrestlers, and then now there's a Mike Awesome like in the Hasbro style that can fit in that world. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
So, and even though it's all bad, and I can agree it's all bad. It's like Zombie Sailor made Mike Awesome. Fucking, this is so fucking rad. I can't believe it. You know.
Well, I did decide after Bum Shadows mentioned the botched order, where the cards might have a little bit of deficiencies to them. And I was able to knock off like $10, $15, whatever it was, off of the purchase price from the original. So I was able to pick up the Gladiator yellow card, Mike Awesome. I was able to pick up the Blue Trunks Ric Flair variant. But otherwise, I would have never gone for those. Like on eBay, when I was trying to buy the blue Ric Flair, I'm like, okay, maybe they could sell for cheaper.
Yeah, and
$60.
I gotta. I'll say that Ric Flair is terrible.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's nowhere close to being the best Ric Flair figure. Here's a funny thing. I actually think that Ric Flair AWA Remco has the best Flair figure. I didn't have Remco as a kid. My Ric Flair growing up was the Series 1 Blue Trunks Galoob. I played the hell out of that figure, but I don't think even that Galoob is the best Ric Flair. I for whatever reason I like the Remco figure a lot. Maybe because it comes with that beautiful white robe, but I think that's the best Ric Flair figure. Now, when it comes to like Hasbro style stuff, Hasbro produced a horrible Ric Flair figure.
Mattel
Retro
Retro has a good Ric Flair.
Agreed, and I think Mattel Retros could potentially have the best among the retro line.
You know what, man? Out of all these lines, the Mattel Retro is the best, but they're like a little bit fucking too big.
That's the issue with Mattel Retro. They're supposed to be like the direct descendants to Hasbro, but a lot of the bodies are way too wide, and
Yeah, like when I do my little BB-8 thing,
yeah.
it kind of sucks because you can just see that how the heads are like way bigger, and it kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah. So that's another reason why I think when I first started collecting, why I didn't go for the retros, because I didn't really covet them like that. It wasn't until I was on deployment and I was back in Iraq again, and I'm like, and this is like the end of 21, and I was home for a while. I redeployed again back because I got injured towards the middle of 21. Came home. Once I healed, I went back to Iraq, and I bought I did a mass purchase while I was on deployment. I'm like, I got this extra money. I'm gonna make use out of it. And I pretty much completed a majority of the Mattel Retros while I was gone those few months. And by the time I came home, I was like right there towards the end, almost completely finished. And shortly thereafter, in 2022, they started the Mattel Creations. So luckily, I was home and I was able to buy Mattel Creations Wave 1, aka Series 11, immediately. So that was nice.
Yeah, I love all these damage sales and shit because I just open my stuff up anyway, man.
Yeah.
So all these like Epic or Hassel, you can buy them with no package and all that. I've thought about even buying the little mistakes because maybe they're not that bad, but I haven't done that yet. I think it's
Well,
Epic that sells them, and you buy them. They're way cheaper, and like has a paint error or something.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
You get something that's just like not perfect, I don't know how bad that is, but I'm kind of scared to try that out. But it's just not that bad if you're just opening them up and all that.
Well, my Series 4 purple Ric Flair, with the red trunks and the bloody face, I had 2 of those, so I opened up that one. So I really don't think it's necessary for me to buy a blue trunks loose figure. But like you said, if I get another card, that card is in perfect shape, I'll open up the current one I have so I could have a loose blue trunks. But the only reason I could foresee myself going out and buying more zombie sailors and buying them loose as well, or buying them carded and opening them, is if I do another like Tuesday show where every week I'm reviewing all of the zombie sailor figures that have been produced. But then I got to go out and buy figures I don't really care about. And I started falling behind because I just don't have the interest isn't there anymore. So maybe that could be and I asked this question during my Tuesday shows, like, hey, is there any company you guys are interested in? Grapples and Gimmicks, Zombie Sailors, even the Nekatuni Terrors. I think you're like the only one that asked about the Terrors, but everything else,
I
like,
am. I
I
think
wasn't
that's
getting
some
any feedback.
bullshit. I'm the only one who liked those videos. I don't even get it.
But for like 8 months, every Tuesday I had a new Tuesday show, and every week. Hasbro season 1, Hasbro season 2, or series 2, Hasbro season 3, moving on to LJNs, moving on to AW Remcos, moving on to WCW Gloobs. I'm like, these are so much fun. And for like 8 months, every Tuesday, there was a guaranteed, show to air that week. And it's sad that I don't have that Tuesday show anymore because that was so much fun for me. I wanted
Have
to.
you bought any more of those Tiny Tubes? Have you been getting any of the new ones coming out or what?
I mean, I got a number of them. Let me kind of show you. I don't know if you can see them over here, but like, I got
I
like
think
this.
they started
Dracula.
making like just some Frankenstein ones and stuff. Yeah.
So this is the newest one, like the Dracula, and like I got another Dracula, but
They,
these are like the 1930s black and
yeah,
white.
I saw those. They don't come out with much stuff.
And like I think this was like series 11 or something, or series 13.
Yeah,
Wife
they
of
slowed down.
Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. They're like I saw them real quick, but I didn't know they made the lagoon in another one you showed. They're fucking
So,
all right, actually. See, I didn't like them when I first saw them, but they're cool now.
I mean, I like them on card, but like they don't really do anything. Well, I can't say that either because I buy a
They're
ton of
cool
them.
on card. Those are ones that are just cool on card like that.
Like
What are you gonna do with them?
like in the purple room, I have every single carded figure, and then I got the loose figure sitting in front of it. So I'm not gonna
Uh,
do the same with those because that shelf over there is complete. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not even gonna mess with that anymore. I will probably buy Toonie Terrors in the future, most likely, but it's not gonna be like I gotta buy 2 sets because I gotta open up a pack. I probably won't do that. But I would like to do another NECA Toonie Terrors review. The last one I did last year, it was a lot of fun, but those videos average what 60 to 120 views per video. And I'm like, this we gotta do better on that because these are so much fun to talk about. I love horror, and you would think that a lot of people would be interested. I was very disappointed, but it is
yeah,
what it
I thought it was weird that people didn't fucking like it, and I was the only one.
is. Dwayne says a BBA Hasbro would hold gold in bum wrestling.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's basically I got a guy that makes awesome custom Hasbro's. I almost want to fucking get Bonebreaker and send it over there.
So Steven's asking about the blackstrap Andre. Dude, I've had 4 figures that I've been trying to sell for like 2 years. Blackstrap Andre from Zombie Sailors is probably one of the worst investments. Now, Andre, the figure itself is acceptable. I mean, it's not a horrendous figure, but
Yeah,
it's not
man,
like it's not over the top figure.
you're always dogging zombie. I want to say that zombie sailor Andre is badass and one of the best out of all the Hasbro likes looking figures. I love that Andre.
Like I said, I think Andre from damn Cubby, how long have you been in this room?
It captures Andre's. It captures bad guy Andre's fucking soul. All good.
Well, I don't like the fact that his skin is so pale, but
It's
with
a little
that
bit
being
pale,
said,
but
you want to go out, Cubby?
he's got the fucking sideburns and the giant face, and he's awesome. And the size is awesome.
Like I said, the pale skin is horrendous. But with that being said, is Andre the Giant among the top 5 of best zombie sailors? I don't know. I don't think I'd put him in the top 5. Top
Oh yeah.
10, I think he would have to be in the top 10, but that's about as far as I'd go. I mean, he might be a top 5. I don't know. It's a perfectly fine figure, but I figured the red card, blue strap would be the regular release. It would be so and so selling wise. The black strap Andre on black card, I thought this is going to be the future Hasbro Andre the Giant. You bought that figure for $3, Hasbro back in the day, $3 for a Series 1 Andre. 20, 30 years later, that carded Andre Hasbro sells for like $600. So I thought to myself, you know what? I think Andre Blackstrap on Black Card is going to be the same thing as Hasbro. 20 years from now, that thing is going to be worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I bought 4 figures. I kept one. I kept another one I was going to open up, and I had 2 more that I was going to hold on to. And I've had them. I put one up for sale just to see if I could get any money back for my initial purchases. And that thing I've had up for over a year. Was it a year and a half, 2 years? I don't remember how long they've been out, but it nothing. I put that thing up for like auction, and I might do like an auction where like a starting bid is like $35 or something, or a $45 buy it now or what have you. It doesn't even get views, let alone bids. Nobody is interested in the black strap on, which I do not understand because to me, I feel like that should be the most valuable figure from the lineup. So to go back, Steven, if you could find that on auction, buy it if you can. Like I said, I got a couple if you need one, but I'm trying to get like $35, $45 for this darn sucker, and I can't even do that. So it's not a worthy figure. You might have to
And
find
how
one
much
on
was
auction
that
for like 25
pre-order?
bucks. What's that?
When it first came out, how much
Yeah.
was that on pre-order? Was that Andre?
Well, I think the original Andre, the blue strap was $40, but I think the black strap was like a special release, so it was even cheaper. It was like $30.
Oh,
And I
really?
think so I think that's why I bought so many, because it was, it was $10 off, so 25% off the original price.
Well, that's probably why I got the son of a bitch. I would have got him anyway, but
But I feel like I said, I feel like the black strap is more valuable than the blue strap. Other people don't see it that way, which is a shame. So I don't want to
I
let
don't
my
see it,
fingers.
man. Because I was more of a fan than a collector. Like
Yeah,
the black strap, the black strap is way more iconic.
absolutely. I mean, what was blue strap? I mean, that was more like colossal connection type days with Haku and whatnot. So I mean, evil Andre, bad guy Andre, whatever you want to call him. I mean, that's Blackstrap, Saint Black Saint. That's the Andre I grew up with. So that's going to be always iconic in my eyes, regardless. Uh, the would I ever go out and sell that figure for like $25 and take a loss on it? No, I wouldn't. Uh, $35. I feel like I'm after fees. I'm still taking a loss. So I'd have to get at least $40 for that sucker, plus shipping to come out even. But I didn't buy them to come out even. Like I thought it would be worth a lot of money, so I invested in a couple additional figures, and the investment hasn't paid off. I know that's a lot of information, Steven. Hopefully that helps you out somewhat. Mo2 for effing life. Stink. They got a Stinkor He-Man figure on card right now that I'm looking at, but I don't know if I'm gonna invest in that particular piece. $5, 1991 is worth $11.89 in 2025 money. So even Mattel's overcharging you with their $15 figures.
And then so is everything else, and it makes it a lot worse.
Hey, Steven, thanks for the shout out regarding the background. Appreciate it, bud. Save that money. Oh, so damn. So Bum Shadow says that Title Run Toys has a, actually, yeah, I think I did see that on Facebook with that advertisement. And I need to get my ass in gear and actually buy a Denny Davis, because Denny Davis and Paul Orndorff were like the only two I was really interested in.
Yeah,
But
Danny Davis is all right in a way.
I mean, I just like it because it's a different figure. I mean, you can use him as a wrestler, you can use him as a referee if you want to.
Yeah,
I
he's
swear to God,
lame
watching
and
Denny.
fun at the same time.
What was it? Was it the '88 Royal Rumble? And I swear, Danny Davis comes into that Royal Rumble, and like the entire time, I swear to, he's like the most annoying freaking character in that matchup. And I'm like, I am begging for this guy to be thrown out like every other minute. I'm like, why is this guy still in there? And finally, like 10 years later, he finally gets tossed. I'm like, Well, shoot, this guy had a better run than he probably deserved. I mean, Warlord comes into the 1990, 91 Royal Rumble, and he's eliminated like half a second by Hogan. He's a mega superstar. Like, who the hell is Danny Davis to stay in there that long, man?
When that shit would happen and he turned bad and he betrayed the Heart Foundation or something,
Mm.
it was a big deal. He betrayed the Bulldogs. I don't know what he did. Helped out the Heart Foundation. But when that little angle went down, that was like an iconic moment in wrestling back in the day.
Yeah. Colby says, "Am I stoned?" Well, I'm not seeing you, buddy, so I don't know. But if you think you might be, you could be. I like that response, though. Colby, we need more funny stuff like that. That's awesome, bud.
I
All
was
right.
like that. Wait till you get to Tommy.
Let's see. Bump Shadow says Epic Toys UK has loose sales sometimes 2 for 1, but they have crazy shipping, so you gotta break it down per figure to make it. Yeah, I mean that's a whole issue with Epic Toys and why I started getting those figures from J&J Figures because it's local and you're not paying a massive tariff or shipping fee, right? But Epic Toys is supposed to open a USA. J&J Figures. Obviously, not Title Run Toys. Epic Toys I get from J&J, and I also get who did I get the other day? KWK Kayfabe Heroes. They also come through J&J Figures. Now J&J has an actual website you can go to if you want to, or you can look them up on eBay. But I say go through the actual website because that way they're not having to worry about selling fees and all that jazz. But I'm sure they still pay a fee even when you go to their actual store. All right, I want to be the. Yeah, that's funny as hell. Blackstrap Andre was a Black Friday drop, I believe. Yeah, and it was cheaper, like $30 or something. But I just thought because it was a holiday or something that it was a special price for that particular day. I didn't really think of it as, hey, this is going to be the value of this figure for eternity. Oddly enough, there is a Matt Cardona white shirt variant that I'm missing that I do want. And I would actually be willing to trade someone and even throw a few extra dollars in if necessary to acquire it. So I got the Matt Cardona white shirt on like that purple and white card backing, but I never realized that he had that same exact figure on a red card backing in Series 2. So I have obviously his original Series 1 release. I have his Nick Gage Matt Cardona 2-pack. I have that figure on the purple white card, but I don't have that figure on a red card. So if anyone has that one, that red card, and you're willing to sell or trade, let me know. And I'll definitely hook you up with that one.
Everyone knows that Matt Cardona figures will be worth more than anything, any of the other ones in the future.
Well, the Matt Cardona is like the only one I feel like is very Hasbro-esque. Like with the open hands and the sort of arm slamming motion a little bit, like your Hogan from Series 1. I grew up with those figures. Hogan Series 1, Warrior Series 2, British Bulldog Series 4, right? So I don't mind the open hand. Yes, I prefer the closed fist for playability purposes, but as a kid, did you really sit there and think, oh my God, his hands are open? All you're doing is slap? No. You still kind of pretended to throw punches. You still had that perfect body slam and everything. And I think Matt Cardona is probably one of the better figures that's been produced, no matter which release you're looking at. I haven't had an issue with any of the Matt Cardona figures. And it's weird. It's funny as hell that Matt Cardona, the way that he hypes up the zombie sailors all the time. I'm like, dude, you're gonna hype them up. They always give you the best figure. So, in reality, of all the zombie sailors that you've either owned or that you've seen advertised otherwise, what is your particular favorite zombie sailors figure?
That Andre the Giant. But I don't have a bunch of zombie sailors. But that Andre the Giant, that new Sandman is pretty awesome. I bet. I fucking got Sabu, and I don't like Sab. I'm so happy to have a Sabu style Hasbro, but I sure don't like the bended legs and the stance of it. You know.
Yeah. Like I said, I think Andre would be like a top 5, maybe a top 10 at worst, and among the Zombie Sailors collection. I would probably go with the original Matt Cardona Series 1 as being somewhere in the top 5, top 10 somewhere.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I have that one. I like it all kinds.
but I would say that the easy answer is One Man Gang is probably the best Zombie Sailors figure.
Yeah, I've never had that in my hands, so I can't say.
So Zombie Sailors, One Man Gang, I think would be in the top 5. I think Public Enemy would be like numbers 5 and 6 or 6 and 7. So they're right up there.
The Public
Uh,
Enemy ones are pretty cool, but they're not like my none of my favorite wrestlers at all. I bet you that
yeah.
Tajiri in your hand is pretty badass.
I mean, it was okay. Like in terms of Zombie Sailors quality, yeah, Tajiri was a fantastic figure in that regard. But like if you're comparing it to any of these other lines, like Wrestle Something Wrestlers, Epic Toys, Grapples and Gimmicks, even it's a mediocre figure at best.
I
So
wish the Zombie Sailor Bundy would have came out good because I don't like that figure. And it was awesome to have a Bundy, but I don't like the way he made that at all.
yeah, and it's kind of weird because I actually like the Bundy. Like I'm not like a huge fan of that particular pose or the hands positioning, but it was adequate. It's like Bastion Booger. It's not the best figure in the world, but like it's adequate. Like it's definitely serviceable. Knowing that it was an original Series 12 Hasbro design, that's fine. Jeff Jarrett. I think Jeff Jarrett is terrible with the paint on straps, task, whatever, but it's an original design that was supposed to come out on Hasbro. So for that purpose, I really like that aspect of the figure. I don't know if I put Jeff Jarrett in my top 10 among the Zombie Sailors, but he's at least top 15 in my opinion. So I know One Man Gang is my favorite among Zombie Sailors. That's no doubt. I think Public Enemy would be somewhere in the top 10. I think Bastion Booger would be top 10. I think Dino Bravo is probably like a top 3. The Matt
Yeah,
Cardona,
Batman and Burger are good as far as
yeah,
figures.
I think any of the Matt Cardonas would be a top 10. At least the first one would probably be top 5, top 10. Uh, the referee, Earl Hebner, do I put him up there? Probably not. So that's pretty much, I mean, Dino Bravo and Matt Cardona from Series 1 are really the standouts. I think Bundy, Bastion Booger, and Andre the Giant are probably the standouts for Series 2.
Danhausen is a good figure.
Aesthetically, it looks fantastic. Aesthetically, it is an incredible piece, especially with the cape accessory and the face paint.
But not playability.
I mean, he's a little bit crowded. You know, he's a little bit crowded the way the hands are. So
Yeah, it's
it's
not. It's
serviceable.
not terrible. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but it's not the worst.
No, it's definitely a service. It could be a top 10 best. I mean, at worst, maybe a top 15. So I would like to do a top, top 10, top 15 countdown of Zombie Sailors. And I think Danhausen would definitely be on that list. But I'm curious. Like I think I gave a list before of what my top favorite Zombie Sailor figures would be. Problem is, there's just so many bad ones mixed in that it's really hard to give an opinion. Like I think Slick is a really good figure, but they give him that stupid Lego head,
Fuck
and
the
yet
Lego head.
it works beautifully because the hat situates perfectly to the head. But otherwise, you take that away with the hat on, it is an aesthetically perfect, fantastic manager figure. So it really
Yeah,
depends on.
these toys with these prices should have a Lego head at that price.
Yeah, I mean that was always so freaking weird. Steven says we need an LJN Great Muta. Dude, I really want to get my original 5 off the ground running, but it's comments like that which I need, which I really need, which I covet because it tells me, hey, the fans are interested in this particular character. Question is, when I create these figures, do I create them based on a sort of fighting pose, or like how Hulk Hogan used to bend over in the ring and kind of do like the Hulk up, right? And if you make this particular figure Hasbro Series 2, it is a trashy, horrible figure that you just cannot play with as a kid, right? But aesthetically, it's incredible. That's exactly what he does. His little Hulk up, right? So if I make my own line, I create a line and I sign real wrestlers, and this is the pose we went with based on their in ring, what they do in the ring, right? They're posing and they're strutting and all that. But that's not what I want. Like my designs would probably have absolutely nothing to do with how they interact in the ring, because I want all of my figures to be very toyetic. Something that a parent can give to their child and be like, hey, this is what I had as a kid. I want you to enjoy it the same way. And I just don't see that happening. That's why, something like this, that's why I couldn't release this to the public. This does not excite me. It looks fantastic for the most part, but like I said, this is not the pose I designed. This is not the legs, nothing. His legs should have been straight, and he should have had like the Greg Valentine right hand up instead of left, and he should have had the SD Jones left choke slam. But you see how it turned out, and that's not my vision. So I wouldn't feel comfortable releasing this figure to the public. If 500 people reached out to me and said, hey, I'm cool with that. I like that devil figure exactly as it is, I would buy that. I would pay $100 to buy that figure from you. That's a different story. If I knew people were interested and I could sell out immediately, I would invest in it, sure. But it's not my vision. It's not what I would want to create. I can't be the guy that comes on here and does reviews and talks about this being crappy, that being crappy, this being good, that being good, and then kind of produce the same figures that are really crappy. Because then that would be like totally two-faced, in my opinion. So I want to make sure that I give the most toyetic figure imaginable that every fan, regardless of age, could enjoy. It's fun talking about it, but will it actually happen? Man, I'm waiting for my wife to come back in here so she can bring me a smoke too.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're supposed to talk about that offline, weren't we? Oh man, I just see you over there. I'm like, damn, jealous.
That's just a cigarette, though.
Yeah, my wife. I told my wife go to the store, get me some Marlboros. She's like, you ain't smoking no tobacco in my house. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, if you don't do it, don't start now.
Diddy, what the f? What did Jason Up think about the figure you have of him? I mean, like I said, Bone Breaking Action, his figure was designed with his specifications. The Jason Nupp figure was designed with his specifications.
Yeah, I
So,
think that figure looks great.
among all the figures, I think this is the only one that doesn't have to have any improvements. I mean, obviously, well, let me regurgitate that because that was inaccurate. There are some things that need to be fixed, like the
The
face.
glass could be better.
The face needs to have the cheeks need to be completely folded in so that it's a full beard. The glasses, instead of gray, they need to be black, right? But the way that they kind of stick off the face, this is perfect. I love this. Built on, yes, and they're not just molded on, right? They actually stick off the skin.
Isn't
But
one lens a little bit bigger than the other lens, though?
which one, the legs or the arms?
The lens, his lens is the hole by his eyes.
Oh, you're talking about the lens. Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
I mean, you could stick your finger through it. There's absolutely holes in there, so
But
there's
no,
not
is
like.
it one bigger than the other one? One is more rounder than the other one? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it is.
good.
No, it is. I didn't even notice that before. But the left side right here, it does look bigger. I mean, it's very minute, but I mean, it's still enough to the point now that you mention it that I can actually see the difference. The left side is bigger than the right. But I mean, like when you look at the back of the skin, right? You could tell that this is a sheer custom, and I don't like that at all.
No,
It's a
that
red.
should be have like a little fucking shoulder blade muscle and shit, not play.
I swear, guys. Sometimes before I do my live shows, I'll hold
See,
it.
dude, I didn't want to get into all this, but he did you fucking wrong
For which one?
for the whole fucking shebang, man. Not rubber. The way that is, I mean, it's a good figure, but fucking, you know what I mean? He knows. He knows he fucking didn't do it right.
Yeah, and you know that's like I said before. That's why he lost my business. I mean, it's not like I only commission these figures from him. You know, I've actually bought other figures that he produces on his own. So not only did he lose my business, but I'm pretty sure I could have hyped him up. You know, let people know if they're interested in customs. Hey, this is somebody that you can go to buy a good quality product. And if that's the stuff that he comes out with, if he's going to treat his buyers like that, like no, man, like I'm not gonna.
You know,
I'm
I
not
like
gonna.
the fucking card backs, man. And if they were fucking rubber, if they were rubber and then they're in the card back, I like the way the card came out. And it's kind of weird that the fronts are different. Everyone's front's different. Like maybe it should be more uniform, but it's awesome because it's a unique little thing. And then all the backs are the same, so let the fronts be different because
Well,
people are getting represented as their YouTube stuff, like you know.
yeah, and another thing that he keeps doing that I don't like. Maybe I told him I liked it in the first one, but that was probably just to fill his ego or whatever. The part where it says so and so customs right here, I'm like, look, you know what I'm trying to do with this line. I'm trying to take it
Uh,
to this factor. I'm trying to mass produce these as rubber figures. I want it to be my personal line. So you putting your name and customs on the back of the cards when these are the cards I'm going to be sending to the factories to kind of mass produce, right? Dude, stop it. You had your opportunity to be part of this business, and I could have paid you a percentage on top of each of my sellable items, right? You're like, no, I don't want that. Just pay me for my 3D prints. Well, you want $250 for 3D prints. That's not going to happen. This other guy is charging me $25, literally 10% of what you're asking. So where I kind of cut myself off. And I got to be stop being so damn trustworthy with a lot of people because a lot of people they take your kindness and your
it,
trustworthiness
it
to advantage.
it was looking so good though, man. It was looking so good. The day you got those, it was
Yeah,
just supposed to be going down all beautiful.
yeah. And Jason, so Steven, you're asking about the Jason figure. Reality is I bought two of these. I bought two of these and I paid for two of these. And I paid for rubber figures each time. Rubber figures are twice the cost. Well, I exaggerate when I say twice the cost. A resin figure is, I think, $95, and I think a rubber figure was 150. And I paid 150 for 6 figures. He sent me 4 resin figures. So, and the first figure I ever bought, I paid rubber price. He sent me a resin. So when I bought the other 4 figures, again, I paid rubber prices, and he sent me. So he really screwed the pooch on it. Cards, little cheap bubbles, right? You go on Amazon, you could get a stack of 25 of these or 50 of these for like $15. And the bubble or the carding, it's 2 pieces of paper put together, 2 pieces of paper, and I just stapled them together and then put them in the package and taped them down. You can actually see the tape along the edges, right? Because you could not keep them in here otherwise. And as eventually I am going to start putting these figures inside the package and trying to find a way to hang them up on the wall, but because we're always talking about them, I keep them out of the package because I want to have that hands-on experience with the figures. But I don't know if he ever watches my live streams. I mean, I kind of feel like if he does, he will realize that he really kind of screwed the pooch on that, and that I'm not as excited. Obviously, I'm trying to like tend to his ego, right? Because it's sad that you have to do it like that. A lot of these people that customize or create figures is like if you're not completely sweating them, they're gonna go off on you. They're gonna block you, whatever. And is that my cubby baby?
This is your Samsung.
You want to give me, or is that my summer?
That's your summer.
Thank you. You want to bring me a smoke?
No, just the summer.
Okay. I got the summer baby. Now she looks just like Cubby. Cubby is like super big and heavy, but this is one of the babies I found one day. You gonna take her back? She's trying
Yeah,
to go out.
they're getting big.
Say hi, Summer. That's a little sun bum. Her and Morty, man, they both like they love the hell out of me. But all I gotta do is call them and they will come running whenever. So I've trained them well.
Yeah, they
Okay.
gotten a lot bigger, huh?
Yes. Bye, baby. We've had them for what, 2 months?
Hey, Ross, I like bong resin.
Was it July 31st or August 31st when we got them? August 31st?
Cubby's coming.
Hi, Cubby. Yeah, so the first one was Summer, and this is Cubby, and she's huge, right? In compare.
Oh yeah, way huge.
It's okay, Cubby. He didn't mean it. You're a skinny girl. It's a baby, Cubby. Here you go, baby. You can go play, Cubby. I forgot what the hell we were talking about. That's definitely Jason's head. I don't really care for resin. I like bong resin. A lot of zebra cakes Cubby got into. Cubby, he didn't mean it either. You're a beautiful skinny girl.
That's pretty funny about the cubby got the zebra cakes. That's funny.
Poor little Cubby. He gets no love, no respect. You get any respect, Cubby?
Yeah, you need a figure. Steven Jr. You need a figure with the cat accessories. Maybe that needs to be part of the Saturday night mat. Is you stumbling home with the kittens in the little basket waiting.
I'm telling you, man, like if we end up doing this Maniac Riot Wrestling, right, and it's here's your figures, but we don't have any accessories included, I want to do like a sort of G.I. Joe theme where we have just like a package of custom accessories, or not custom, but
Oh,
just
that'd be crazy.
accessories. So even if it
The
doesn't come with the
accessories not
actual
actually come with the figures, but just an accessory pack one day. That'd be crazy.
that's exactly what I'm thinking, right?
That's pretty neat.
So
Yeah, I like that idea. That's like different. That hasn't been done. It's pretty fucking neat.
yeah. But we gotta have. But shoot, man, I got so many damn cats, man. I mean, now we're at 4, ever since we brought in the kittens. But you throw in, Jinx, who's died, Persia, who's died, Missy, who's died, Pepe, who has died, Tux, who has died. I mean, Tux. That was a black and white cat, a tuxedo cat. That's why we call him Tux. Tuxedo. Like that just seemed like the healthiest cat in the world. And then one day we take him to the vet. Oh, he has cancer. Like, what? How the hell do cats get cancer? Like, it still blows my mind that cats can get human diseases. But
Yeah, everything probably gets cancer. I don't know.
but damn, that was sad as hell. Because freaking Tux, man, he was a bottomless pit. Like I sit at the top of the stairs, I'd call him. He'd come to the bottom of the stairs, look up at me, and I show him the bowl of food. And that food could be old. That food would be like a day old, hard as a rock. He will still eat it like he's eating hard bag food, right? And I'm like, dude, you're a little pig. But he was awesome because of that, I think I told the story about my devil figure 2014, I just got back from Afghanistan. I lost my job in Afghanistan. 2014 was the military drawdown, and all of these contractors from all these companies were going home every month. New lists were coming down. So in October of 2014, my wife bought tickets to a dinner in Austin, Texas, a murder mystery dinner. And for Halloween, she went as an angel, and I went as the devil. So that's where this figure comes into play. And while my wife was painting my face, I don't think she had added the black eyeshadow yet, right? The eye paint. I think it was just a red face. I think she glued on the horns. And Tux, he jumped on the kitchen table, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me. His eyes were like, I'm like, oh, you poor like I've never felt so bad in my life. Like you can actually see the terror in this poor cat's face. I'm like, that was so freaking weird. I'm like, my poor boy. Cubby, stop beating yourself up. This cat sits there on the floor as she attacks her tail, and then she hisses at herself because she attacked. Shut up. You good? Mentally, are you okay upstairs? Does the elevator not go all the way up?
Hey, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, man.
Yeah.
You done for the day?
Yeah, no, you know what, man? Bone Breaker's got a hot date tonight in about an hour or so. So I'm gonna go kind of pick up the house and get ready for that. How about that?
Hell yeah, man. So I mean, awesome to have you on. I mean, shoot, we've been on for like almost 3 hours. So I mean,
Oh,
I might be
yeah?
calling it a day myself.
Yeah.
But
All right,
I'm gonna
man.
see if I can make it to an hour 45 again and have like a 3.5 hour live stream.
All right, man. I need to go pick up this fucking place and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Go wash my ass.
Always awesome to have you on, man. Thanks so much for tuning in or for
All
joining
right,
me this
man.
week. All right.
I'll see you
Bye.
next week or something like that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna read some comments real quick before I leave.
Yeah, man. Mom's cat, Miss Puss got cancer. Oh man, that sucks. Mm.
All right, I'm logging out for real now. I'll see you later, man.
Take care, buddy. I'll see you later, man. All right, guys. I know this video has gone a whole lot longer, but right now it says an hour, 4 minutes, and 1 second. So I think that on top of the hour 45 plus minutes we did the first time around. So we should be at about 2 hours and 50 minutes right now. Hell, I either will end at 3 hours, I'll end at 3.5. It depends on how much conversation we got going on, but I think we pretty much hit on everything we need to, right? Cubby, please don't eat my cakes. Cubby, the fans are already making fun of you. You don't want any more of those. Poor my little Cubby bear. She, like I said, she gets no respect. It's okay, Cubby. You're a beautiful kitty. You're still a pretty baby. All right, guys. Shoot, BBA left at the wrong time because I'm getting kind of drunk and out of it now. Dude, where the hell is L at? Freaking L. That was fun as shit because he was sitting there actually drinking with me, getting drunk with me. I thought that was freaking phenomenal. And on Saturday, he had so many freaking stories. I just enjoyed kicking back, drinking, just listening to all the different stories he had to produce. So I love these dual live streams, guys. Like I said, if any one of you ever want to be part of the dual live stream, just reach out to me. Let me know. We'll schedule a date that we can link up together. And I want to have as many people on as I possibly can. I might start going back to Saturdays being a personal, individual live stream. and kind of save Mondays and Wednesdays for dual live streams. But if I say Bone Breaking Action and BBA are set up for Bone Break, oh Jesus Christ, I said Bone Break Action twice. If I say BBA is set up for Wednesdays, if I say Bum Shadows is set up for Mondays, I'm gonna have to start introducing more days, more live streams, so that I can kind of add everybody else, right? But you went out, Cubby? Bye, Cubby. Hi, Morty. Come here, Morty. Come here, Morty. Come here, baby. Come here, my little baby. So we saw the small baby of Summer, and now we got Morty. He might be a male calico, and my wife says he's super rare because only females can be calicos. But yeah, say hi to the people. Say hello. Say hi, Morty. I'm gonna push you down. Bye, baby. No, Summer. You can't be in here, Summer. All right. You both want to say hello? All right. We got Summer and we got Morty. Not my name choices, okay, folks. Freaking my wife loves Rick and Morty and she's obsessed. All right, guys, don't jump. You're still too small. Don't jump. Hi, babies. Go find mommy. Go find mommy. Go ahead. Go, some bum. All right, now they're making me nervous because now they're coming upstairs and they're not supposed to be coming upstairs at all. They're still way too small. But just got back from dinner out. Oh man, I missed that. Where was I? Sloop and have a good day. If you could see anyone else's collection in person, whose collection would it be? So I don't remember his name, but I think Kyle Peterson. I could be wrong about Kyle Peterson, but I think Kyle Peterson interviewed him, and he was someone that had every single LJN figure, every single AW Rumpo figure carded and in acrylic cases, and we're talking like Series 5 Matt Mania Remcos, okay? Individual Matt Mania, Ric Flair, and Boris, who's it, Boris Zukov? And the Sheik Adnan El-Kassi, guys like that, right? Those figures that are worth like $5,000 a piece, he had all of them carded acrylic cases. I'm like, that is one of the most amazing collections, displays I've ever seen. And he had like all these other prototypes and stuff as well. I'm like mind blowing. I don't remember. I've seen that video probably 3 years ago, and I probably caught it again maybe a couple years ago, year and a half ago. I would like to be part of see that guy's collection. Obviously, guys like Jason Knopp, Big Heel, Kyle Peterson. I mean, those are guys that inspired me, inspired my collection. But that one dude, he really is the one that inspired my need to go back and collect or to acquire all of the carded LJNs, Hasbros, Remcos, Galoobs, etc. So one part, yes, it was my need to my desire to continue collecting. Once I got all the loose Galoobs, my collecting for Galoob was over. Unless I picked up customs, right? I said no. I wanted to keep collecting Galoobs. So I went for the cards. Same thing with Hasbro. Same thing with LJN and all these others. So getting the original loose collection was fine. Getting the card figures were, I feel like, a necessity moving forward. Like I said, I don't remember that guy's name, but I'm pretty sure if you look up like Kyle Peterson interview or something like that, maybe it'll come up. I don't know. Hopefully somebody out there knows exactly who I'm talking about. What's the top shelf spirit for tonight? Hey, Ross. Obviously, I got the strawberry Fanta, but I also mixed it in with the, where's the name of it? Superbird Fuego Spicy Blanco Tequila. This bottle was like up to here when I started. So I'm pretty out of it, guys. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to stay on, but we'll see what happens. Hey Ross, thanks so much, buddy. The big boss L man. This kind of look like Boss Man for sure. Morty Seinfeld. Morty from Rick and Morty. Just got back from dinner out of town. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Zero Kid's got second in the low W ratings. Well, we gotta fill L in because he's tuning in late, so we gotta let him know how the countdown transpired. I think I'm probably gonna finish off this drink, guys, and call it a day. But I'm not leaving you guys empty-handed. I'm going to ensure that I get as wasted as possible. What time is it, guys? So I assume hour 45 plus. So I want to say 3 hours later. So is it like 10 p.m.? Well, that would be what, 10 p.m. Eastern time? Unless they're in like Colorado, it might be like 8 o'clock. Illinois might, 9 o'clock, obviously. Second to what? Oatmeal cream pies. Oh man. Oh, L. We can't talk anymore. You had oatmeal cream pies at number one, my dude. Actually, I don't. To be honest, I don't remember where I had oatmeal cream pies. I think out of a top 8, I think I had oatmeal cream pies at number 7, if I recall correctly. Worse. How is that worse? You're telling me these are worse than oatmeal cream pies? Ross. I don't know about you, Ross. Oh, man. That's so much fun, though. Oh, that is a lot of fun. How would you like to drink with Andre the Giant? I would not. I would not like to drink with Andre the Giant. You know that son of a gun. The story goes that he would drink like little like entire cans of beer, right? Would fit in his hand. They would be about that big. So he could sit there and drink a 12 pack, probably drink like 48 to 60 beers in one sitting. And maybe then he would feel something. Oh my motherfucker. Like when if I sit back and I open up a bottle of beer or a can of beer, if it's a bottle of beer back in the day, let's say up here is the neck. 2 hours later, I would barely make it from the top to the bottom of the neck of the bottle. That's how little I drink, right? Or how little I drank before the live streams began. So I could not keep up. Like I talk about like playtime wrestling. That some bitch goes for like 12 hours straight and drunk the entire time. I'm like, mood. Respect on that level because I cannot do that. Like 2 hour me and L did a live stream on Saturday and while he was talking, I was listening to his stories a lot and that gave me free time to drink a lot. And I got myself super freaking drunk that live stream because I kept adding more and more drink, right? More and more alcohol to my drink, and like by 2 hours in, I was swimming. And I've said before, guys, I'm not very good at cutting myself off. So like when I'm like past the point of return, I still go on with the live stream, but I'm like, dude, I'm really falling out of it. We're gonna have to end the stream here. So I don't know. I would never be able to hang with Andre the Giant. Dude, I couldn't even hang with Playtime Wrestling. That's so much an alcoholic. Mm. Nah, but let's see what else we got here. That's a great effing question. I agree, it was. Man, I don't know about you. Damn, I'm still disappointed in the zebra cake ranking. No, I'm not disappointed. I think Swiss rolls definitely deserve to be in the top spot. I think Swiss rolls are like a legitimate treat. Like, cause we don't get Swiss rolls that often, but we get zebra cakes all the time. Now it's been a long time since I ordered a box of zebra cakes, but generally, it's a common theme. It's a common treat to have in the house, and we have the same thing over and over again. Yeah, it's delicious, but it does become tiresome over time. Swiss rolls, we really don't get that often, and it's an awesome treat for just because. So I think this countdown was probably one of the better countdowns, one of the easier countdowns, and I feel like most people would agree with my ranking, but I don't know. Bobby Heenan was talking about Andre Giant going into a plane, and the stewardess asked if he needed anything, and he asked for a screwdriver, so she brought him an actual screwdriver instead. Oh, that's funny. Damn, how long am I gonna? How long should we keep this stream going? I ask because I got to use the bathroom. Lots of alcohol today, and it's been over 3 hours. So, do I end this live stream within the next 10 minutes or so, or do I say F it, go use the bathroom, and then come back? I don't know. Drink he wanted, and he asked her after what would be. And he asked her after, what would you have brought me if I asked you for a Bloody Mary? I don't know. Taking that screwdriver and stabbing someone named Mary? Calling it a day? All right, I am going to hit up the bathroom. I might only be on for 10 more minutes, but screw it. It's that point of the video. Who is it? Is it L? I think who is the person that always like it's the bathroom part of the video or it's the feed the cats part of the video. I'm like, that's funny as hell right there. But it's true though. Or it's the sleeping part of the video. I don't think it's possible for me to pass out an L. Thank you, Ross. It's always funny as hell though. Like I go back and I watch those after my live streaming, right? I read through the comments and I'm like, dude, that is so freaking awesome. So I'm gonna be back, guys, because I gotta go a little bit. So give me a moment. Hey, honey. Where you at? Tell me why I'm trying to use the bathroom. And freaking Morty's like all over my feet. I'm like, dude, this is very uncomfortable. Can you move? I noticed that about the babies. Both Morty and Summer, the same thing. Like every morning I get up and I feed, Fox. I feed Cubby, obviously. I still put the babies in a playpen at night. So once we go to bed for the night, we put them up in the playpen. next morning we get up to feed the cats. We let them out, and they run around. They run around all day. And when I let them out of the playpen, they already know where to go. At this point, it's like second nature. They start running towards the dining room, running towards the kitchen. So it used to be where I used to call them like babies or something like that, right? They'd come running to me. No matter where they are in the house, they hear that, they come running toward me, which is awesome. I got my babies trained so well. But they also know that means feeding time a lot of the time, right? And so when I come in, I feed the other cats and the big cats, and I come in and I open up their playpen, let them out. Excuse me. They go running to the kitchen, and every time I'm trying to walk, they want to sit there and they want to run at my feet. So I'm always tripping. I'm like, you little sons, you little mass murderers, man. Kittens or cats in general. Nature's perfect little killing machines. Oh man, guys, my phone is about to die out any second now. We're at 5%. So I just want to close by saying, thank you so much for tuning in this week. But if this dies out before I'm able to say so, I want to get that put out there, guys. Dodgers have a 4-1 lead. That is awesome. But I really want Toronto to win that one. Sleeping part of the video, that was an epic streak. I left for an hour and came back, and you were still passed out. I mean, I've had a few streams that were like that, so I don't know which one you're referring to because, like I said, I probably had like 3 or 4 streams minimum where that's happened to me. What's your predictions on the World Series? Who wins and how? I still say, me personally, I say Dodgers in 6. So L says Dodgers in 5. Yeah, I still say 6. Where do you get your picture of the wall? Well, most of this stuff is either printed off of like Mercari for those top 3. This one, you got a couple of G.I. Joe stuff up there. G.I. Joe poster, or you got the G.I. Joe magazines. And the rest of these are just, wrestling video games. Like that came from the wrestling video game, wrestling video game, wrestling video game. And some of these actually came from Jason Nupp, where I actually purchased this from his eBay. For example, this down here, the Night of the Legends. These are all video games. This is a video game, and I just took the poster out and framed it. That came from Jason Nupp, a signed George Steele, and a signed Sergeant Slaughter. That came from Jason Nupp as well. So he's got a lot of posters, a lot of signatures that were pretty nice pickups off of eBay. So, I mean, I bought a lot of stuff from him over the years. Those are sweet. Hey,